Alright.
Alright, Shalom. The Hebrew Israelites, we coming out prophesying the name and power of
Yahawah,
Yahawah,
Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Kadash.
Double honor time of the apostles as well. You want to get seen the underside taste to all your sincere brothers, constant Christians, word, truth, and sincerity. And also in faith and honesty, and peace and blessing also to the sincere men, women, and children that also consist of the 1/3. And also peace and blessing to all you confusing the faces out there. And understanding what's going on right now in the world, you have prophecy being fulfilled, all right, in the four corners of the earth. But mainly the prophecy that we want to speak on today is about how America, which is the whore, how all the other countries are starting to hate America, all right? America has done so many deals with so many other countries, have broken so many peace treaties, and America has also been known to be a big liar. That now all the other countries, man, they're starting to turn their heads away from America. They starting to pull the rug from under America. A lot of the other countries, they starting to dump all their money. Like India was dumping most of the American debt because they're looking out for the they're looking out for what's better for them in their country and their economy. They gotta make sure that their dollar is straight. You know? So you can get that for me real quick.
Sure. Revelations chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore.
Right. So this is John the Revelator. He said, I'm going to show to you what's going to be the judgment of the great whore. All right. And they go back to America. But we're going to keep going on to the scriptures. Go ahead up.
That sitteth upon many waters.
Right. That sitteth upon many waters. Okay. And the water is going to tell you later on in the scripture that the water is talking about the nations, the people. Okay. Go ahead up.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
Right. So who are the kings of the earth? The kings of the earth would be these other leaders in all across the world. All right. Like what's your boy name? I forgot your boy name that run Korea. Kim Jong-un. All right. You have Erdogan in Turkey. You have Putin. You have the head in Iran. So all those would be like the leaders of the other countries, man. All right. Just like you got President Trump. President Trump, he will also be your modern day pharaoh. He will be your modern day king, all right, or your modern day emperor. They just call him a president. Okay, go ahead up.
Okay. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Right, and they've been made drunk from the wine and the fornication of what? The wine goes back to America's philosophy. Cause now all the other countries, man, they starting to follow the same protocol that America does. All right, because prior to the industrial period over here in America, China, they didn't have skyscrapers. They didn't have airplanes. They didn't have factories polluting the air. They didn't have vehicles. But now since they jumped from the wrath from the cover of America, now they starting to feel the wrath of YAHAWASHI, and they're also starting to see the wrath of these devils, man, because the Heavenly Father set up these devils. I understand that, first and foremost. So now the other countries, man, what they doing now? Now they have pornography all on the internet. Now they're allowing women to have ruler over their men, leadership over their men now. Homosexuality, all right? Now they're starting to follow the same customs as America, okay? But all you slept down with this whore, and this whore is backstabbing you again, all right? That philosophy goes back to the international laws, man, okay? Because how was it that I can sell oil that I have in my own land, but the only way I can sell it on the market is with your money? All right? That's you drinking from that cup, man. Being drunken by the philosophies, man. Wanting to willingly be pimped, extorted.
Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
Right.
Full of names of blasphemy.
Full of names of blasphemy, go ahead.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now those 7 heads goes back to the kingdoms of what? Like the British, the Greeks, Germania Major, Germania Minor, I believe it's France, and it's 2 others. And then when it comes out to the 10 horns, they go back to like Luxembourg, Belgium, Denmark. Say it again. Netherlands, the water, you know, but we don't know them all off the top of my head. But that's what it goes back to. So in other words, those 10 heads and those 7 heads and the 10 horns, they go back to the EU and they go back to NATO. That's really what it goes back to. All right. I believe NATO has like over 30-something members in it, but when it first started, NATO only had 10 flagpoles in front of the building. They go back to the 10 horns, man, you know, but then they started adding on other countries. All right, so those 10 heads, so like I keep saying, those 7 heads and 10 horns, they go back to EU and they go back to NATO, man. In America, it's that whore that's sitting on that beast. And what's that beast? That's the system, man. All right, their entire system is really that beast, man. All right, because that's what's controlling the world. Okay, why are you over there in China and the China seas, man? Or you know, by international law, by maritime law, we could be over here in international war. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. All right, go ahead up.
Verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls.
And also, when you think about the purple, that purple goes back. It's a color of royalty as well. All right, come on now. Go ahead.
Having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations.
Having that golden cup in her hand, full of abominations. Read on.
And filthiness of her fornication.
And filthiness of her fornication. So what's those abominations, man? We can tell you all those abominations right now, but it's too many, really. All right. Like we said, homosexuality. We gonna keep saying the homosexuality,
same-sex marriage,
same-sex marriage, adultery, idolatry. Idolatry is heavy here in America. America really deals with a lot of witchcraft, man. Just the music that you listen to is witchcraft, man. Even the videos that you watch on TV is witchcraft. They're programming you with the television. That's what they call it, television programming, man. Okay.
Hey, and if I may also add too, that's a low level of mind control, man. You know, because like you said, programming. So now what? Now they people are majority of the people are what they see on television, man.
Exactly.
All right, and what that does is that infiltrate their system, and now a majority of our people are going off the philosophies of the so-called white man.
Exactly.
You know, it's all lies.
They replicate what Esau presents to them. That's what they do. Cause if you think about it, you walk around, you be like, why the heck all these Jets got the side of their head cut off, or their hair cut off, and they got a mohawk? Well, look at TV. Odell Beckham Jr. is doing that jump, man. So everybody's calling them, all right?
What's that, blonde? A lot of Jays got blonde in their damn hair, man.
Yeah.
You know, they get this shit off what they see on TV.
Exactly, man. And they feed off of that. Like, you're not supposed to hit a woman. You shouldn't do those type of things, you know. Or they tell you that when you get married, you know, you have one woman, so to say, things like that. All right. Yeah. Or they tell you women first, women and children first. You know how it is. Yeah. Like on the Titanic. You know what I mean? But basically, what I'm trying to say is that the society that we live in, like the brother just said, tell you lies through vision. That's what television is. We tell you lies through visions and we programming you with that, man. All right, and that's the same thing they do. Like here it is. They'll show you people over there dying in Iran, and then they'll say it's a chemical attack from Assad. No, not Iran, Syria. But then here it is. You use a chemical warfare on your own people, man. Look at the water. All right, look at the GMOs. You know, but that's what they do, man. That's how they program the people, and people get drunk off of that foolishness, man. Off of those lies, off of the abominations in America, man. Eating pork, that's another abomination. All right, adultery is at an all-time high. Everybody want to see what everybody else woman. Hey, matter of fact, look at all these women when you look at them on TV, man. Oh man, Ariana Grande was with this dude, was with that dude. The Kardashian with that girl. I mean, with this dude, with that dude. Now the young girls see that and they want to live up and do that, man. All that wickedness, you promoting adultery right there. All right. Yeah, y'all got anything too?
Yeah, Sierra got a baby by Future. Now she was with Russell Wilson of Seahawks, man.
Yeah, that fool. Now she with him now, man. And then and now that man had got to pay child support.
Exactly.
For a woman that left him. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 5, Revelation 17:5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery. Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. Because America is the reason why the world is in so much turmoil, man. Okay? They clearly tell you that in the scriptures. Matter of fact, you can get that from me Proverbs 29:2, if I'm not mistaken. All right, you read it one more time, Baba Kishar.
Khan. Revelation 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Right, because America is the one that pushes the democracy. America is the one that allows for the abominations to happen. How about this? Prior to all those Catholic priests being caught, okay, and all those scandals coming out, like in 2011, 2010, homosexuality wasn't on a high rate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody, I mean, you know, when you went to school, you saw, you know, faggot here, faggot there, whatever. Now it's all over. Now they got gay pride month and all this. Yeah. They got goddamn ambulance driving around all pink and everything.
Gay parade.
Gay parade. You know, matter of fact, the Edomite woman, she like rushed into this library and started berating a whole bunch of drag queens that was reading books to children, yo. She Edomite, this is wicked. God, this because she claims she's a Christian. God doesn't like that. That's those abominations, man. And that mystery is not a mystery anymore. All right, because we know who that mystery whore is. It was presented that way because the Lord speaks in parables and allegories, man. All right, but what the scripture says, the Lord God doeth nothing, but He revealeth His secrets to the servants, the prophets, man. So even the mystery is a secret. All right, go ahead.
And it couldn't say America, or else they want to print it.
They want to print it. Exactly, y'all.
You know, so hey, like the brother says, being revealed in this time. You know, when we was reading the Bible, you know, prior to this truth came out, everybody was learning about, you know, who Mystery Babylon is, this and that. And then the Lord put the spirit on the prophets. Now we come out letting you know who Mystery Babylon is.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Which is America. You know? Now they wish they would have never, you know, let us read this Bible.
But hold on, brother. With that being said, hold on. How is this a so-called white man's book that if we was caught reading during slavery, they'll kill us? All right, they'll hang us, whatever the case may be. But it's supposed to be their book. They forced us to read this book. Well, I mean, they took scriptures out and forced it upon us because they know who we are. We're spiritual people. But this is our book, man. This goes against everything that they do. You know, like the brother said, it was a mystery, but now this is that time. Because the man of perdition, the son of perdition had to be fulfilled. It had to be a falling away first. Okay? Go ahead up.
Oh man.
Oh, so go ahead, you speak.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, through the spinning power YAHAWASHI, I just did a video this morning. Basically, I went into the word in Deuteronomy 31:26. The scriptures say, take this book and let it be a witness unto the children of Israel. When you go into the etymology of the word witness, it basically means a record book, man. All right, so this book is our records, all right, of things that happened in the ancient world and things that are happening presently right now and about to happen, man.
Wow, you know? That's beautiful, because this is our witness right here, man. This is our key witness, man. All right. That's why I said, so what Romans 3:3, so what if some do not believe? Shall I make the unbelief of God with none effect? Say, God forbid. Let God be true, YAHAWASHI, and every man alive. And it says her children, wisdom, her children shall be justified in that day. We're going to be justified in our sins, man. Because this is the witness right here, man. Exactly. This is the witness, man. All right, that's right. Let's do it, all right.
This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Right, the people mourn. Like prime example, putting sanctions on other countries, you basically hindering them from making money, making profit. Because sanctions are ways of war. It's economic warfare, man. Now, everything's about money. That's why you go to war. It's all about money. It's all about that revenue, that dollar, that dinero. All right, them pesos, man, the rubles. That gold, that liquid oil, man, that black gold as well. So now you got all these, you got women and children in the Middle East, man. They scared to go to the store to get a loaf of bread, cause they gotta worry about if Esau gonna be dropping bombs on them, man, bombs on them from drones and everything. All right, the people are mourning right now. How can this so-called white man who claims to be a Jew, how can he be the Heavenly Father's people, man? When right now you got the whole world want to fight you. All right, the Lord said when He come back on the scene, He gonna put us in our rightful place, and that He also gonna have King David there with us. YAHAWASHI and all nations shall flood to the mountain of Yahweh and say, let's learn their ways. Nobody want to learn your ways, man. They hate your way. They despise your ways. And that's another witness for us to prove that you're not the people of the Bible. All right, because the mystery of Babylon is still here. Esau, you're not in chains. All right. Somebody had put up a precept, Baba Shah. Yeah, Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. All right, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success. Exactly. That's right. And it's witness to that too, man. Yep. By doing this work, we can understand that as we speaking, these words are happening. Because while we're prophesying, the spirit of YAHWAH is breaking down Babylon. It's not us, man. We're not doing this. It's the spirit that's doing this, man. And they hate that. That's why they got to find a way to get us off the corners. All right? Because if somebody who accustomed to the lie, they hate the truth. All right? Shalom. YAHWAH. Go ahead.
Revelation 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of YAHWASHI.
Saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. And the saints are the Israelites. But how is it? Oh, can you give me Ezekiel, I believe it's 35 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Where it says thou hast loved blood, blood shall pursue thee. Come. It said, read that one more time about
Revelation chapter 17, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of YAHWASHI.
Right, and they drunken with the blood from my people, from the saints, man. All right, because the saints are the Israelites. So the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child, they are the real saints of the Bible. All right, when you go to the word saint, go to the word santos. All right, if I'm not mistaken, it means noble. And we are noble people. We are noble people, man. All right, we are holy people. We are sacred people. All right, and America have drunken our blood, okay? And that's parabolic talk, meaning that all the rape, the robbing, the murdering, all right, all the butchering, the hanging, they love that. They get off on that, man. Come on. I mean, come on. Have you ever watched a movie like, what is it called? Time to Kill? Man, bro, when them hillbillies be in them chokes, bro, they love that shit. They be drunk. Whoa, yeah, we going nigga hunting. They love that, man. Oh, yeah. They love that in the South. And guess what? Esau Edom is a so-called white man. I.e., you call yourself rednecks.
This is Ezekiel. Yeah. This is Ezekiel 35 and 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Right, and if you go into the first verse in that chapter, Ezekiel 35, it's talking about Esau Edom. Doesn't it say, prophesy against Mount Seir, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, all right, so who was there who loved blood? Esau Edom, man. You so-called white people. All right? Brother, you got something? Bro, you ain't got to move.
Jeremiah 51, verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right, so the nations are mad. Why? Because you made a pact with the devil, man. You made a pact with the wicked seed of the earth. So now you all mad. So now you, like I said, India was dumping all American on U.S. treasuries. All right. You got it right now with China, all right, well, China is China and India now, because China said that, all right, we're not taking any more soybeans from America. Well, guess who slid right up in there? India said, here, we'll give you some soybeans. Now here it is, Venezuela, even though they're in a bad condition right now, they're not dealing with the dollar no more. So now when they're dealing on the international market, they're either dealing with gold or they're dealing with some other kind of form of currency. Boom, Iran, they dropped the dollar in 2017. They're not dealing with it no more. Russia just said they're trying to de-dollarize Russia right now. And they're also trying to do work with Africa by using their own money, because they want to make sure that the lenders are getting a fair chance, man, when it comes to trading. Exactly. Water. Right? So now that's China. Matter of fact,
get on the plane.
Turkey, I believe it was Turkey. Turkey got Turkey got some military weapons from Russia, and India even got military weapons from Russia. And U.S. was kind of like, hold on, man, like India, now wait a minute, like what you doing? That's supposed to be our enemy. So all of these nations starting to hate the whore,
You
man.
can see the frustration going on with these nations. They're tired of dealing with the bully, which is America.
Exactly.
They're tired of appeasing the bully, big bully around the block. You know,
Exactly.
they're coming up together, you know, and they're trying to come against them.
Yep. Exactly.
Just earlier this week, got the Chinese president using the South China Sea, talking to his his military down there, saying basically prepare for worst case scenario. He's saying prepare for war. That's what the nations are getting ready for, because they know it's inevitable. America's not going to back down.
Yep.
Because this prophecy's not going to back down.
Right.
That's why.
And America feels the proudest nation on the earth, man. And that's recording the scriptures. But what the scriptures tell you, they shall hide in the clefts of the rocks. You know, so all that great pride, you're gonna come to nothing, man. At the sight of YAHAWASHI, my shot.
Pride goes before destruction. So they gotta fulfill their pride. They gotta be full of it, man. All right. And then the Lord's gonna bring His destruction into America. Understand? So all these nations right now, they gearing up for war. I was listening to RT Crosstalk. Even on RT, they were saying, listen, Russia's preparing for war. All right? China's preparing for war. All the other nations, they're preparing for war, but these people, like basically saying like the common people who got the 9 to 5, they don't believe in that. They don't think so. You wanna know why? A lot of these people as well, they also full of pride too, man. Because come on, think about it. If somebody's saying, yo, man, I'm going to shoot you, and they got a gun, you ain't going to be prideful as hell unless you a fool. So if these nations keep talking about a nuclear holocaust, nuclear this, nuclear war, nuclear that, nuclear strike, and y'all still walking around, oh my God, Emily, let's go to Starbucks. Man, you don't give a fuck because you think that your military is going to defend you in that day. You know, you think that these people are going to defend you. Can't no man defend you from no missile. Come on, man.
Ain't no cloak for no
Ain't
missile,
no cloak for no missile. Ain't no cloak for no sin either. Go ahead,
Revelations.
Another thing too, China and Russia are taking over that so-called Central America, Latin America area because Venezuela, as you know, their money collapsed. China sent millions, if not billions, of dollars to Venezuela. Now China has a unlimited source of oil because Venezuela got one of the largest oil reserves on the planet, man. So what? Because they try to assassinate the president of Venezuela. His name's Nicholas, first name, and that's pretty much what they do. They try to they wanted control over the resources in Venezuela. They couldn't, so they tried to assassinate him. All right, they collapsed the economy. Hey, all that's done by the U.S., man.
Exactly.
All right, and what China has done is sent money down there. Now they got a whole supply of Venezuelan gas, man, because they help them rebuild. And even Russia's down there, Central and Latin America. All right, also buying up lands. So Russia and China are right here in America's backyard, man.
Right. Exactly.
All right, and ain't nothing that the U.S. can do about that, because now these countries are looking forward to those other superpowers, China and Russia, and ain't nothing America can do about it.
Nope.
You know?
Yep.
And what if you have an unlimited source of oil, all right? That stands for a great and a strong military.
Exactly.
So what? China has enough oil now to fuel that military. China's preparing for war, man.
Yep.
All right.
Army Reserve military.
Yeah.
In the world. They got millions.
And you need oil.
Exactly.
You need oil for military tanks, Humvees. You need oil for all that.
Well,
Man.
They had the people. They had the resources. Now
Exactly.
they get the resources.
Now they got the oil to fuel all the military, man. You know.
And China's way larger than America, man. So how much more than military? You know?
It's like 10 for every one soldier.
Yeah, that might be the minimum. You know.
And laying back to what the brother was saying right there, that's the same thing that happened with what's his name, Gaddafi and your boy Saddam Hussein. Because they wanted to uproot them up out of those countries so that they could place their own economic leaders there, so they could take over their land. That's basically what it's all about.
They're vassal states.
Vassal states, exactly. Yeah, like vassal kings back in the ancient time. But if you look at those people right now over there in Sudan, over in Libya, in Egypt, over there in Sudan, hold on. The whole purpose was, oh, he's over there killing their people. He's over there torturing their people. Those people are in the worst state right now. They are in the worst state right now, man. Than they were prior to when America got involved. Same thing happened in Venezuela. They have a vast amount of oil deposits there. Why the fuck would a country that's rich in oil be so poor? Because America.
Demand.
You said again, brother?
But it's a demand for oil.
It's a demand for oil, but how is it that you sitting here? Con, it's like you sitting on the black card. You know a black card is right. You got no limit. I'm sitting on the black card, but right now I'm eating bologna sandwiches. That don't make no sense, man. All right?
The US did that.
The US did that, man. They made them go broke, and now China and Russia and other countries, now they're gonna help rejuvenate that economy, man.
Yeah, and that's a spirit too, because these nations want peace. They don't want to rely on nuclear warfare, man. But that's where this is going. That's why they had the denuclearization program, man. Right. But America is backing out of that, which is causing a nuclear arms race. Now, see, it's nothing for these other nations to gather their military. Why? Because the Heavenly Father is written, it's prophecy. But America is on a decline, man. All right.
Hey, this says China could be the new owner of Venezuela's oil industry. All right.
Yeah.
Venezuela oil production fell by another 10,000 barrels per day in March. All right. It says Venezuela oil production fell by another 100,000 barrels per day in March, a devastating blow. It's like that will only make country's economic crisis worse. All right. Get to the point here. It says the report argues that enormous levels of foreign investment may seem beneficial, but that Venezuela's economic predicament has actually been made much worse by China. Watch this, says taking advantage of Venezuela's desperation. So China saw the opportunity, right? That
I'm a bouncer.
Exactly. So now they made a political move. All right, we gonna go in there, take advantage of the situation while their economies collapse, and we gonna take over their oil. So now you got China right in your backyard, man.
Right there.
You know, right there, rejuvenating Venezuela.
And that's beautiful, because you want to be in the South trying to see so much. Okay, we down here in the Americas. What now?
Yeah, it says taking advantage of Venezuela's desperation, China has managed to convince Caracas to sign one-sided financial agreements that perpetuate the economic malaise afflicting the country. All right, it says over the past decade, China has sent an estimated $62 billion to Venezuela, one form or another. So what? They taking over Venezuela.
Yeah, hey man, they been. Hey, don't worry about that situation over there. We got you. We gonna show you what's going on. You know, we got your back. We got your back.
A lot of people forget about South America. How Brazil is a heavy hitter in nations.
BRICS. That's the B in BRICS.
That's the B in BRICS.
So if they get South America in union, you know, with China and Russia, it's gonna be one from them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Oh, wait a minute, Salaki. You got more on that?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just yeah. Not for you do that.
He said, representing about half all the money that China has lent to Latin America. So China and Russia, they taking over Latin America. Even them Caribbean islands, you got Russia down there too.
Russia already done paid off the debt for Cuba.
Exactly. And you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
You have missiles down there right in Cuba. So America's finished, man.
It's been one.
You know? It says Venezuela has been sending oil shipments to China as a repayment. So Venezuela has been sending oil shipments to China. You know? So it ain't no way around it, man. They gonna still continue to do deals with Iran. Now they got another, resource of oil from Venezuela. Man, it's over for America, man.
It's been one, man.
You know, and America needs the Saudis to even make oil, man. They need the Saudis. That's why the Saudis able to do what the hell they want to do, because America, their oil alone can't make that gasoline, man. All right? They need Saudis, that mixture to actually, to make that oil, man.
Yep.
So
you can get all the oil you want, but you still,
Yeah, you can be down in the Gulf pumping oil, but you still need the Saudis, bro. It don't matter. You know? So what? At the end of the day, America really has nothing.
Right.
It needs the Saudis for oil. It don't export anything. It only imports. So all they got, only thing America got left is to go to war.
That's kind of like somebody who's a businessman, right? He's a businessman, but he's a chump. Now listen, I got the money to put a hit out on this dude, but I can't do it myself. That's kind of how it is with that oil. He got the oil, but they don't have the machinery in America to have the oil refined, so to say. All right, because crude oil, you can distill it. How should I put it? Refine it into like what I want to say, octane boost for your car, oil for your car, gasoline, things of that nature. Okay, but going back into that BRICS, the BRICS, that's an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and they're already trying to start their own international monetary fund. In other words, we're gonna have our own international banking system. That's basically what they have going on. BRICS, Brazil is a heavy hitter as well. That's going because Brazil is also being backed by these foreign countries as well. Cause they're part of BRICS. Russia already a heavy hitter. They've been going at it with America. They're trying to de-dollarize themselves. Okay. India already getting off American debt, getting rid of that money. They don't want to deal with American dollar anymore. And then they also shipping soybeans to China, because China said, man, we don't want nothing from America anymore. And then they also got weapons shipped to them from Russia. Oh, then they go to the sea and BRICS. That's China. China, man, China they don't want any more imports really from America. They've been trying to get rid of the dollar. They invest the money over there in Central America and South America. All right. So I mean, that's another member. And then what about South Africa? You're having with all these Edomites, so-called white men, these farmers, man. Well, they actually dying now. Okay. They actually tell you, hey man, get up out of here. We want our land back. Well, hold on. All of a sudden, when did these Hamites, some of them are Israelites too, when did they cure in their mind, like, you know what, man, forget this, man. We finna kill y'all. We're gonna get our land back. You wanna know why it started happening? Because they got heavy hitters on their team now. That's what it is, man. It's kind of like the kid on the block. You know what I'm saying? He a little wimp, he a chump, whatever. But then once he get that gun, whatever, now you feel big and bad. But the other countries, man, they coming together against America. They hate the horde, man. It's been in the making for a long time. It just starting to manifest itself, all right, at a grand scale. All right, we got a piece of the brother had brought up real quick. One in Revelation. Yeah, Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, man. All right, and we know who that's talking about, because Esau take the peace from out the earth, that he is the wicked. All right, the Heavenly Father put the power in his hand. It tells you that in Sirach, the 10th chapter. It also tell you that it says Yahawah, the Lord, he ruleth in the kingdom of men. And he set up on it whoever he want to rule. Roughly paraphrasing, butchering it, Salakia. And he said he even set up the basis of men. All right, savages. Go ahead up.
Revelation 17 verse 7. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which have the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition, and they that dwell on the earth shall wonder.
Now, when they talking about that bottomless pit, I remember the elder brought this out a while ago. They were talking about Europe, all right? Because when you go into the word, well, not the word, I want to say, when you look at Europe, Europe is not a place that's known for a lot of agriculture, man, for a lot of resources, man. All right, I mean, even when you talk about oils and things like that, the Mediterranean diet, that's still by the water. That's still close to like the Middle East and things like that in Africa. All right, so that bottomless pit was talking about in Europe when they were living in the caves, really at Caucasus Mountains, man, over there in southwest Russia, Georgia, man. All right, go ahead up.
Whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. When they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is, and here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are the 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
Now he said the 7 heads go back to the 7 mountains, and we always say this when they have the G20 summit. Those are the top 20 leaders of the world that come together to basically talk about money. They also talk about world issues with crisis and everything. It's all about money. All right, and when they call it the G20 summit for a reason, because the peak of a mountain is known as the summit. That's the peak. So like, who's the top head here in America? That'll be the president. All right, that's the top. That's what they call the HNIC, the head nigga in charge. That's who Donald DJ Trump is, man. He the head nigga in charge. All right, so those 7 heads goes back to really the EU. But who sits on top of the EU? America, because America's always the main country that puts sanctions on other countries. All right, so America's really the whore that's sitting on the beast, that's running that system. Go ahead, up.
Verse 10. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th and is of the 7th.
Now I remember the elders was going into that, and that was also going back during the times of during the time when Esau was on the scene with the Greco-Roman Empire. All right, because when you go into the book of Daniels, and it started speaking about what I'm trying to get at. When it started speaking about the clay mixed in with the metals, and
yeah.
you know, and the feet of clay.
Yeah,
that goes to talk about every kingdom that was ruling, and what's the word I'm looking for? In chronological order. All right, because you know, first you had the Babylonians, you know, then you had the Persians, no, you had the Medes, then you had the Medo-Persians because they merged, then you had the Persians, then the Persians, that's a beautiful dog. Then the Persians, they was taken down by the Greeks, and the Greeks are basically the Romans. That's why they have the Greco-Roman Empire, all right? And then now you're here today with the mystery of Babylon, all right? Because ancient Babylon has never risen again. When you go into what ancient Babylon is today, ancient Babylon today is modern day Iraq, okay? And right now, I mean, that's really been decimated by America, all right? So they can't be talking about them ruling as the mystery of Babylon, all right? That's a girl too.
Revelation 17 verse 11. And the beast that was and is not yet, and is not, even he is the 8th and of the 7th, and goeth into perdition.
Go ahead up.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
And so they receive power with the beast, man. All right, and that goes back to what am I looking for? As was it when they dropped the bombs of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, man. All right, cause then that's when they really started making NATO, because they also because when they had the Cold War, they also was fearing Russia. So in other words, when they made NATO, it was like, listen, all you small countries that don't have nuclear capabilities, we will protect you, but you got to break us off something. All right, so that's why you have all these countries that's a part of NATO. That's why Russia not a part of NATO. That's why China not a part of NATO, man. Because those are military powers that have nuclear capabilities. So guess what? We don't need you to protect us. We got our own gear over here, just like you. All right. So you go ahead, continue.
Verse 13. These have one mind and shall slack you. It says, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
And that's what they do, man, because they rely on the philosophy, they rely on the law, they rely on that power that they have over the earth. But now it's getting to the point where they're like, listen, now you messing up my money with these people that you don't like. All right? So they give their power over to America. But they're starting to get tired of that, all right? Enjoy yourselves, man. Have a good day. America's gonna fall pretty soon, all right? Dollar's going out of order. It's going out of effect. They're not gonna have any power anymore. Go ahead, you got something?
This is from the Caribbean Council. Russia's growing Caribbean interest, because like I was stating, you know, Russia and China are moving in America's backyard. All right, so Russia's also in the islands in the Caribbean. It says over the last 2 or 3 years, Russian engagement in the Caribbean has been growing, so that today Moscow's diplomatic profile and its economic presence in a number of Caribbean nations is now stronger than at any time since the end of the Cold War. All right, so Russia is influencing the Caribbean, man, those islands and stuff. All right, so they making moves here on America. All right, reading on, it says, although Russia's interest is on a much smaller scale to that of China, its presence is alternative approach on foreign policy issues, its economic interest, and its re-engagement with a changing Cuba represents a significant alternative in the broadening spectrum of Caribbean relationships. All right? It says, as such, as it reinforces the view that newer actors may gradually rebalance the historic dominance of Europe and North America. And it's most obvious the new Russian presence in the Caribbean is demonstrated in the form of its tourists coming into region in rapidly increasing numbers, enabling the sector to diversify its source markets and grow again in the industry suffering from increased global competition, slow economic recovery, and an early start in tourism. Until 2 years ago, Cuba was the only Caribbean destination for Russian visitors.
Say it again?
Until 2 years ago, Cuba was the only Caribbean destination for Russian visitors. All right, it says, but now, so rapidly have Russian numbers to Dominican Republic increase.
So people talking. You know what I'm saying? People on the island admit, hey man, hey, what's going on with you in Russia? People, y'all, yeah man, they're looking out real, okay, they get, hey Russia, y'all come holler at us too. I mean, that's basically how it is. I'm saying in layman terms, man. All right, they're starting to take over. Go ahead, dog. Monopolizing.
It says that Russia has overtaken Germany as a source market, and it may soon do the same in relation to France, its third largest market after the U.S. and Canada.
What is it about Russia and Germany?
It says Russia has overtaken Germany as a source market and may soon do the same in relation to France.
Germany goes back to I told you last time. All right, Esau. All right, hey, Germany go back to one of the, I believe it's one of the Ten Horns, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So hey, that's spiritual. Hey, they're starting to hate the whore. They started to go against America. Go ahead,
Revelation 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen.
So they that are with him are called and chosen, man. All right. So hey, when you called, it's like, hey, what Yahawashi said, many are called, but few are chosen, right? So everybody get that calling, man, but everybody don't want to pick up and do the work. You know, it's as simple as that. You read that verse again?
Yep, Revelation 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
They shall make war with the Lamb, which is Yahawashi. All right, because he was the sacrifice. He was crucified. And they gonna try and make war with Yahawashi. All right? Because that goes back to 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. Okay? Because Esdras saw Yahawashi come back on, like he was on a mountain. That's how big that ship was, so to say. That UFO, so to say, man. All right? That's spiritual. Read it. Go ahead.
All right. Revelation 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings.
Right, he is.
And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
And so in that day, we're gonna also be a partaker of taking down America and all the other nations as well, man. Right. It said those who are with him are faithful, all right, and they are chosen, all right. Hey, the scripture says you can't serve the Lord without faith. So why are we out here? Because we got faith, man. So who else can be with Yahawashi when he come back?
Scripture say, gather my saints together who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
Exactly.
That's why we're using our body as a living sacrifice.
Yeah, make yourself a living sacrifice. You're doing that with your body, with your time, man. All right. But let me get this real quick. Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. And America is Egypt. So, and that's gonna happen here in America, man. The race wars already.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I just saw an article where this Missouri woman, she found out that her son was hung with bed sheets, man, with his pants rolled down. Still hanging niggas in 2018, man. Yeah. Right? And that hatred ain't gonna never diminish, man. It's perpetual hatred, man. What it said Amos 1:11, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, man. Perpetual hatred you got for Jake, man. Why you think when Yahawashi come back, he said, the scripture said, sin is a righteous thing to recompense and tribulation unto them that trouble thee. All right? Not just Esau, but 2/3 as well, man. All right? And all the heathen nations, man. Groups, hurry up and buy it. We follow y'all in the fucking store and shit. Go ahead on.
Yep. Verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horde sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Right. So that goes back to that water, because that was parabolic talk. That goes back to the people, man. All right, because America sits at the top of the food chain out of all nations, man. America sits right there in the midst of all of it. That's why you have the EU, you have NATO, but who's the main ones that's calling all the shots? That's America, man. All right? America's the main one calling all the shots, man. All right? Go ahead up.
Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Hey, and burn her with fire, some of the thermonuclear warheads, man. Hey, but it said they shall hate the whore, and you starting to see that. All right, they starting to get away from doing dealings with America, man. All right, they starting to do business with enemies of America, so to say. So right now, man, they ready for war. These people bugged out, man. They don't know what's going on, man. Everybody out here foolish, yo. America's gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
Y'all enjoy yourselves, all right?
Trying to, bro.
Hey, enjoy yourself, man. All right. Hey, prepare for them nukes, man. They coming too.
I believe you, bro.
All right, now. All right, Jake. All right, be safe, man. All right, bro.
Verse 7. Verse
You ain't
17.
gonna have that in that day either. You are not gonna have any of that in that day.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Revelation 17, verse 17. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast.
He said he did what he put in their hearts, in their mind, did not he? Bible show you leaving Proverbs 28:1.
I'm kind of spirit.
Yeah, spirit. You already know. Come on, man.
God.
Nah.
Yeah.
Proverbs 28:1. Read one more time. Bible
God. Revelation 17, verse 17. For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled.
He said he put in their hearts to what he want, what he desires to be fulfilled, man. It's always his will. Thus saith the Lord, man.
That's right.
That's all it's about. It's not about how like the elder was saying, anybody that preaching this, that got the truth and then they're not teaching it right, the Most High is going to destroy and kill you. Why? Because you're not doing his will, man. You're doing your own will. And that's what's wrong with people today, man. Oh, I feel. Oh, I have free will. Okay.
It's Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no man pursueth.
Oh, that's 21.
21.
Proverbs 21.
21:1.
I went on. Yeah, 21.
This is Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Come on, the king's heart. Who? Like I said, who are the king? The people that's ruling these nations, man. Their hearts is in the hands of the Lord. Read on, Bible show.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So in other words, he controlling your thoughts. He controlling what he wants you to say, what he wants you to think, how he wants you to feel. All right. But he said that he controlled the king's heart. All right. That's it, man. That was it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Go with that one.
Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahawah pondereth the hearts.
Right. So hey, the Most High, he's gonna be the one that's gonna put the thoughts inside your mind. That's why he said what he do upon the beds. Is it Job 33 and 15? We say, when man is in slumber, right?
And deep sleep fall
And
upon
deep sleep
man.
fall
Then
upon
he
man.
openeth their ears and sealeth their
Instead of
instructions.
their instructions, man.
So your whole day, whole day is planned out.
Hey, you know what that goes back to as well? Can you get me I believe it's Micah 2:1. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Micah 2:1. You have something about?
I'm just still the Babylon America.
Beautiful.
But,
Yeah,
you know,
because we're gonna go right back there.
Yeah,
That's beautiful. That's a spirit. I'm glad you kept that. When you brought it out earlier, I said I know there's more on that.
Micah 2:1.
Yeah, Micah 2:1.
Okay.
Show.
This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Upon their beds. Because when you sleeping, you thinking about them evil thoughts, Esau. The Lord is putting them evil thoughts in your mind because you his rod of correction, man. All right, you the reason. He's the reason why you're doing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of.
He's the reason why you're doing all. So when you think about the evil upon your head, the Lord got you in a snare. He snared you up, man. Got you caught up.
Preserved for the day of evil.
For the day of evil, man. Come on,
fulfill
man.
His will.
That's the spirit. All to fulfill His will.
That's right.
Hey, what the Lord said? The Lord said, "I do not this for your sake. I do this for my name's sake."
That's right.
Come on, man.
Damn.
Spirit, finish that verse.
Come. When the morning is light, they practice it. Because it is in the power of their hand.
Because it's in the power of your hands. All right. Can you give me Daniel's Bible Kashaf? And if we're gonna jump right back into that. Daniel's chapter, I want to say chapter 4 and 17, if I'm not mistaken.
Con. Right
here. Yeah.
All right. Con. Daniel's 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones.
By the demand, go ahead.
To the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever He will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
The Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. Understand that. So all these powers you see today, the Heavenly Father ordained these powers. All right, the way that these kings think, the Heavenly Father set them up to do that, man. We had to fall from our heaven. We had to fall from our power, man. We were dethroned. We have been dethroned, man. Are not we princes walking amongst servants? Yep. Servants riding upon horses.
Yeah. 17. All right, come. Revelation 17, verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
Right, and the woman you saw is that great city that ruleth over the kings of the earth, man. America's ruling all over the kings of the earth. And you can understand, I remember I was watching RT one time, and they had mentioned, they said that America think that they can police the whole world. Like, and that's in their mind. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to police the whole world. But it's getting to that point, man, where these 10 heads, I keep saying 10 heads. These 7 heads and these 10 horns, they starting to hate the horde, man. And that horde is the mystery horde is Babylon. It's not a mystery anymore. We know it's America, all right? Go ahead up. You want to bring it out?
Jeremiah 51, verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen. And destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so that she may be healed.
Right. And looking at the state that the American dollar is, man, it's losing its power. It can't be healed. That's where their power comes from. All right. That's what makes them feel safe. That's what makes everybody feel safe, man. I have money, so I have the power. All right. I can fix anything with money. Money to people is like a band-aid to a cut. They feel like they can just heal it up, seal it up. But America is falling. The infrastructure in America is crumbling. What you say, like a D-? All right. Matter of fact, I remember they were building a bridge here in Florida. Was it Florida? They were building a bridge in Miami. They were building a bridge and it fell upon them building it. I'm like, what? All right. The food that we eat, you can't cleanse that. Okay. You can't change that. Esau got chemtrails all in the air. The water we, matter of fact, they were talking about Newark, Jersey, Newark over there in New Jersey. They may have to start boiling their water too. You know, I saw a couple back that way by Bradenton and Sarasota. I saw a sign, a sign that like a governor sign that people put up on the side of the road. It said that people should boil their water. It's looking bad over here. It's not looking good. All right, and all the wickedness that Esau has done, all that bloodshed, you got to pay for that. There's no way America will ever be healed. America is a cancer. You can't heal cancer. Well, let me take that back. The way that they get rid of cancer is through radiation. America has to be eradicated off the face of the earth. That's right. Okay? There's no healing for it, man. America is a virus. All right? You might be able to get rid of that virus, but that virus is gonna always be in your body, man. It's terminal. The water.
And hey, that's the spirit, because the scriptures tell you there's no upright in this man's spirit, man.
None.
He can't get right.
He can't get right. He's a reprobate. Like the brother said, cancer is terminal. You have something called terminal illness. America is in a terminal ill state. That's why the elders always say this, and it's a medical term, circling down the drain. Because America just on the decline, man. There's no way you can heal this place anymore. Because America said the land shall not be defiled by man's blood. Because what did it say? No, defile not the land that thou art on. All right. Because blood defiled it. It cannot be cleansed but by the blood of him that shed it. So no matter how much praying and I'm sorry and weeping and howling for Esau, Edom, yo, there's gonna be no place for repentance, man. Now, I mean, look at what you're doing to your own fucking people. You got your own people in a bad state as well. How is you got Edomites riding around on bicycle trying to tell us the Bible now? We looking at him saying, you an Edomite, man. You a double, man. That's how you know YAHAWASHI ruled in the kingdom of men. He allowed you to take us into captivity. Now you ruling right now. You above everybody. You love yourself so much you will hurt your own people, man, to prove a point. That's how you living at right. That's how you living right now. And did you have that you had something about nation rise against nation? You had it?
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. If you want to, you can bring it out. You can bring it out real quick. Con. That's what's going on right now, man. America, the mystery war of Babylon is falling. All right, and we're gonna go into that as well some more. You can bring it up, Papa?
Yeah, this is Mark 13. I'm gonna start at 7. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet.
Con. So nation shall rise against nation. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles, and these are the beginning of sorrows.
Now I want to go into that real quick. Think about this. In ancient time, right? In ancient times, right? Like I was breaking it down earlier, the water. Like I was breaking it down earlier, how you had. Oh damn! I forgot about the Egyptians. You had the Babylonians, you know, the Egyptians. Then you had the Medes, the Medo-Persian Empire. Then after that, you had the Greeks and you had the Romans. So you always had just one nation that always was being ruled or governed by another nation. This said, nation shall rise against nation, man. So this talking about all different nations and kindreds of people that's starting to come to something called as a war, right? Shalom. How you doing, man?
I was the guy on YouTube there. I said where you guys were located at. He said just keep on track online, so I did.
All right, come. Shalom.
You say you live by
Campbell Park. Yeah.
You said Campbell Park. Oh yeah, okay.
That's him. All right.
Okay.
Makai is my son's name, but I had made a page like that. So my name is Chili.
All right. So I have a few questions for you.
Go ahead.
Do you believe in the Heavenly Father had a son, only begotten son?
Yes.
You know his name? I'm just asking. We just breaking bread.
Yeah, YAHAWASHI.
YAHAWASHI. All right. So you know the Heavenly Father's name?
YAHAWAH.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. So I take it you believe that these are the 12 tribes of Israel right now, right?
I believe that this portion.
That portion.
I believe that this could be so, but they're mixed into each other.
Hey, okay, I understand that. That's true.
Because you could be from, you could your genealogy could be from the Bahamas, but you grew up in Puerto Rico.
Right. Exactly.
We understand what you're saying.
Exactly. We understand.
Just like you could be so-called Puerto Rican, or you could be a Judah Benjamin Levi.
Exactly.
You
don't know the lineage.
The slaves was passed all throughout there.
Willie Lynch.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I understand, because a lot of Judahites was sent down to Puerto Rico at one point in time. So a lot of Puerto Ricans could be Judahites.
Yeah, before they came to America, and the slave trade was in America. Yeah. At 1400 between 16 and 18, that was the Caribbean was, and the South America was.
So we understand.
Right. Okay.
But when the scriptures, give that geographical location, so to say, we just saying that's predominantly.
No, I agree. I agree if you say that. I agree if you say that. You're gonna say verbatim.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense though, and it's beautiful too because when you go into the prophecies that Jacob, our forefather, what Israel, our forefather, he told us what shall happen to us in the last days. A lot of these prophecies really correlate with the people that we have on this side. Yeah. Because when you go to Deuteronomy 28 chapter, it says that we shall be known as proverbs and bywords, man. So like I would be called a so-called Negro today, but I know that I fit the prophecies of a Judahite man. I'm just saying, like kind of giving you an example of how the elders will correlate these spiritual names, all right, to these names that was given to us by our.
I understand.
Okay.
another thing too, when you read the New Testament, it says somebody that was in the tribe of Asher. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
Somebody in the tribe of Asher was over there during the time of YAHAWASHI, when only predominantly the 3 tribes were over there in Jerusalem. But it said somebody of the tribe of Asher was over there. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's, so I feel
mix and match. Yeah. Exactly. Mix and match. Right. All right. Was
Oh, we didn't want to interrupt. We just want
to. You say. No. You say no. I had to ask questions. You know, just drawing water. You know, because sometimes people come up and they'll say shalom, shalom, but then they preach a different doctrine. Right. You know, and I just had to ask questions because the Lord says, can 2 walk together except they be agreed? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to waste your time. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want to waste our time. But we see that the spirit came in, so you know we just asking. That's all. All right, the water go home. Who was that? You got some? You finished up
Isaiah 47?
Isaiah 47, yeah. What you got? You got some?
Yeah. All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a tanting proverb against him?
Right, because right now we're going into the mystery whore of Babylon, right? And we already established that we already know that America is the mystery whore of Babylon. We went into the prophecies that go to show how the mystery whore of Babylon sits on that red beast, that red scarlet beast. That beast is the system that they have today. That's their power. All right, their laws and their military and their money, things of that nature. That makes up the beast. And then you have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. All right, those goes into the NATO and the EU. That's what we were speaking about. I mean, you may not know, but I'm giving you kind of like a synopsis of what we were speaking about. All right, and how America's on a decline. How all these countries coming against America fits back to the biblical prophecy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, oh, they got it. They good. No, you good. No, you
saw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long?
Woe to them that increases that which is not his, man. That's why they over there occupying all those other countries over there. Because them other countries have natural resources, man. All right, and they trying to increase their goods. They trying to get more oil. They trying to get more natural resources, like opium and opiates that you have today. They come from opium, like opium trees, things like that. That's why they bombed. That's why they took down the towers at 9/11, because they know that back in the 70s they were dealing with Osama bin Laden, and see he had gave them some money, and they were like, yo, where my money at? They didn't want to pay him back. Boom. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to war with you before you try to go with us. Not say that we're gonna go to war with them, but they said, boom, oh, false flag, these Muslims, these people over here, boom, we gotta go over there. They got weapons of mass destruction. Remember Bush? We ain't found a damn rock. All they, come on, what they got? And now all of a sudden they went from that narrative of weapons of mass destruction onto, oh, they over here killing their own people. Oh, they using chemical weapons against their people. Oh, they over here making nuclear weapons. So they trying to find any reason to stay over there and occupy.
Yeah, spin the narrative.
Exactly, man. That's all they do is spinning the narrative, man.
If I can say this too, because they're saying that majority of Syria has already been gotten back by the Syrian government. So there's no need for y'all to stay over there. Majority of Syria has already been regained back by Assad and his government. So, you know, what are you doing over there? So it's like they still trying to find an excuse to stay over there in the Middle East, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. They're still trying to find an excuse to occupy that land.
And
right?
then that one year, remember Assad, Russia brought all Assad's chemical weapons in the site of the United Nations, and they destroyed them all, but then it's still chemical attacks happening.
Still chemical attacks.
So that go to show you that America is arming those terrorists and say, no, look, it's still occurring. You know, he's still killing his own people with chemical attacks and this and that, man. They just always just trying to find a way to stay.
Find a way to stay over there, to occupy that land.
War generates money.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. That's right. Go ahead up.
Khan, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Oh, you started over again, Baba?
Khan. Habakkuk 2 and 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a tainting proverb against him?
Yeah, what's that tainting proverb, man? You know what, America, we don't want any more of your soybeans. Matter of fact, India, that's China saying that India, we want you to bring us some soybeans. All right? You know what, America, we're not dealing with your dollar anymore. We getting rid of your dollar. We good. You know, matter of fact, we don't want you over here. Matter of fact, we burning your flag over here. That's still because America was their top priority at one point. Like you said, that whore that was sitting on that beast. Now the other nations looking at America like, nah, I don't want to deal with you no more. But America like, oh, you want to fuck with me? You know, that remind me of a movie, was it Fatal Attraction? I'm just not going to be ignored. That's how America is, man. To a crazy woman, you know. I'm not going to be ignored. You're not going to just leave me alone. Because it said they committed they committed fornication with the whore. So in other words, like you made a marriage, like y'all won, y'all doing business, you know. Now they don't want to deal with America anymore. So you read that one more time?
Con. Habakkuk 2 and 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a tame proverb against him?
Right.
And say, woe to him that increaseth that which not is his, that which is not his, how long?
And also, to even mention this, you also got members, I believe they're part of EU or something like that, because Trump was speaking about this, like, well, you know, they have to pay a certain X amount of taxes to us, and if they don't pay that, okay, we're not going to deal with them militarily, we're not going to provide them any protection, because they still got to pay a tax to America.
That's a mob.
Say it again. That's a mob. That's what I'm saying. You're being extorted. Extortion. That's what they doing to all the other countries, man. All right. Go ahead.
And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And when you go into that word clay into the Hebrew, I believe I think it's AHBAD, something like that. AHBAD, and it means.
We can look it up.
We can look it up. Fine. When you go into that word, thick clay. That word thick clay go back to the word debt. So woe to him that laden with debt. And that's America. They're like $200 trillion in debt right now. All right? Matter of fact, you got countries paying off their debts to America. They don't even want to deal with America no more. China holds the biggest percentage of the debt that America has in the world. And China and Russia are like two of the leading powers in the world right now, economic wise. So right now, America, they're not looking good, man. That dollar has no value. Everybody's getting rid of the dollar, so all that money coming right back to you, and you keep regenerating more money. You're losing value like that. All right, think about this. When you look at a car like a Bugatti Veyron, it's like $1 million car. Why do you think they don't make mass productions of it? Because it's a rarity. But if you look at a Toyota, you can see them on every block, every corner. You know, not saying that's not a reliable car, but the point I'm getting at is that the more you produce something, it loses its value. You know what I'm saying? Like if I have a million how should I put it? All right, anybody can get a car, damn near. Anybody can get a car, but everybody can't go buy a jet. Right. Now you see what I'm saying? So that's the same thing that's happening with the other countries. Right. You got it all?
Yeah. Right here.
It's the same thing that they got on any other country do. Okay. Abathia. Yep. And it means weight of pledges, heavy debts. That's what America is. That's why they say woe unto her. And that's why the scriptures say, come out of her, my people. Come out of her. It's talking about America. That don't literally mean you go get you a passport and you try and go back to Africa or you try and go to Israel. Because the Lord brought us here, so we can't take ourselves out of this situation.
So he come back.
Exactly. Nobody said, wait ye upon me till I rise up against the prey, man.
Right? Another scripture to combat that way of life, because you know we have some people that actually left America because the scripture say flee out of Babylon. The scripture say when I begin to try the world, so the whole world is going to be tried no matter where you go. So you can flee out of Babylon, but tribulation going to be. He's gonna try the whole world.
Exactly.
You know, so it's just because you flee America don't mean you fleeing from the destruction, man. You know. Because
that's what a lot of people want to think, man. I'm gonna just leave. You can't escape judgment, man. You know.
That's why Esau Edom. Y'all know Esau Edom is so-called white. That's why Esau is trying to make space stations and stuff up there. They really.
Their president already starting a
Space Force.
A Space Force.
Exactly. And you know what? Because they had that UFO, that chariot site down there in Mexico. I think you had to do a video on that, man. They see there's more signs now more sightings of what you call UFOs, man, all around. That's the chariots of fire. That's our Air Force, man. And those are signs too. See, because because the Lord said, "Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, as the heathens are dismayed." That's Jeremiah 10:1. Not just the blood moon, not just the solar eclipse, not just that big flash you see in the sky signs over Russia, but seeing chariots and signs as well too. It's the Hellcat. That's why when our people when we was in hardcore bondage, we was in slavery, we used to sing a song called "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Come to Carry Me Home Over the River Jordan." Why would we be singing those old Negro spirituals, man? All right, or whatever tribe you from. Because we knew that we were the people, man. See, during that time, our people knew who the enemy was. But now, a lot, because the scripture says they be amongst my people I found wicked men. Some of our people, man, they come up against us, man. We try to save them. Say it again? Coons.
And even the scriptures also say in Sirach 10, they that transgress the laws are deceived from seed. So the way they were able to push Christianity on us because we were transgressors. It's also prophecy because we was conquered. But all they say is a white man's book. We got taken away from our parents. Exactly. This is why we have to go back.
Exactly. Come. You got something to say? Okay. You got more on that?
Yeah, a little bit more. Verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly?
And that's what they're doing. Go ahead.
That shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Booties. Another word for booty would be spoiled. Yeah. All right. Spoils is when you go to war. There's really no rules of war, man. You go to war, you take their ammunition, you take their food, their water, and their women. That's a spoils of war.
Family, not just the women. You take the whole family.
Hey, yeah, you take the whole family, or if he's a teenage boy, I might have to take him out, and he gonna remember I killed his daddy. You know what I'm saying? I might have to take him out, man.
It's like Afro Samurai.
If you're smart.
If you're smart.
Yeah, if you're smart,
And they took our daughters and made them wives.
Exactly. And that's what you call a concubine. Like, let's say, because people say, oh, you can't sleep with a white woman, or you can't sleep with a Chinese woman. Women are women. All right? They all got the same thing downstairs. Well, today Babylon, so you got to make sure it's a woman. Now, that was a joke, though. Yeah. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Because the women of our nation, all right. If I was to deal with any woman on this side, that'll be my wife. If I was to deal with a woman from another nation, she'll be a concubine. All right, and the scripture tells you that even when you go to war, that you can take their women.
Yeah, war brides.
Exactly. Yeah. You already know it.
The only time it's a sin is when you appease that woman, the concubine. You're not supposed to treat her as a wife of the nation. Yeah. Matter of fact, she's not supposed to even be put on the same pedestal as an Israelite woman. Yeah, that's right. She's not supposed to. And if anything, she'll be in the harem, waiting for me with grapes and shit, whatever. Yeah, but in the bed chambers, man. Call them leg woman. Yeah, you have more than me?
Yeah, come.
Okay, come.
All right. Verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right.
Because of men's blood and for violence of the land of that city and of that dwell therein.
Because of man's blood and the violence of his land, man. That's why America's going to be destroyed. Matter of fact, let's get that Numbers 35 and 33. Is it 33 and 35? I think it's 33 and 35. Right, and then we're going to jump over to Isaiah 47 and 1. Talk about America, the mystery of Babylon, how we're going to be destroyed. Sorry. Numbers is after. Oh, no, you're good.
Numbers 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Right.
For blood it defileth the land.
So this land that we living on, we know it's defiled by the blood of our people that's been shed here. All right, go ahead up.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein,
right? But
by the blood of him that sheddeth it.
So that sounds like an eye for an eye, 2 for a 2, revenge. But people say, oh man, won't you just forgive and forget? I can if I won't, but the Lord's not going to forget.
The Lord forgets nothing.
Exactly, he doesn't. The eyes of the Heavenly Father are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man. Beholding all the ways of men. Any and everything that we're doing. Even your thought. That's why YAHAWASHI said, even the thought of adultery is sin. Right? It's already wicked. It's a wicked imagination, so to say. Right? Was it on that?
Yeah, that was.
Right up. So this land gonna be cleansed by Esau, Edom being put to death by the hands of us. First and foremost, YAHAWASHI. But it tells you that in Ezekiel 25th chapter, it says that I shall show you my anger by the hands of my people Israel. Right? So the Lord gonna use us. That's why he said we're gonna be his battle axe and weapons of war. Come on, man, we can't go up against no tanks, bro. Not even a gun, a 22. See, Cats be talking that Desert Eagles. It's something like that chrome plated desert. It look mean, but even a 22 will kill you. You know, we can't do nothing against that. They got infrared. They got frag grenades, hollow points.
They got
smart bullets that travel.
Yeah,
laser technology, all that. We can't fight against that in the human body. Hell, people die from becoming cold sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
It's Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne.
And also, when you think about it, like it says, sit down on the ground in the dust. Well, yeah, you would think about somebody sitting in the ground too, but you're sitting on the ground, the actual dirt. But think about this: when you see a lot of dust, there's confusion. Like, you know, you can be walking out, you can be walking in the alley, all of a sudden just, you know, you walk in the alley and the wind pick up, you like, damn, boy. Get in your eye and everything. That's what's gonna happen to America in that day too. Because when they sitting down, when they being dethroned, because the Edomites pride deceived them, they don't think they're going down. When America go down, they're gonna be like just sitting there, just looking lost, man. Like, man, they're gonna have that the deer in the headlight look. Like, I cannot believe that we actually failed, man. It said pride go up before destruction. Somebody that's full of pride, like somebody like Floyd Mayweather, something like that, boy, they would hate to be dethroned, man. They would hate to be at the bottom. Because they love everybody looking up to them. So that's how America gonna be in that day, man. They're gonna be sitting in the dust, man. All right? They're gonna be dethroned.
O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
It says, oh, daughter of the Chaldeans, man. All right? Matter of fact, can you got phone? You give me Psalms 137:7. Psalm 137:7. Bible shop. No, you good.
No better
Come down and sit. Oh, I read it. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Okay, they said, O virgin daughter of Babylon. You can get that for me up?
Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem.
Edom, the so-called white man.
Who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Raise it. Another word, think about the word eraser. That's erase, raise, for raising, it just means to destroy. And that's basically what they was talking about. That's basically what they did in ancient times, during 70 AD when Vespasian, Titus, and his son Domitian, they did a great slaughter to our people, man. Like, destroy a lot of us, man. Murdered us, did all kind of wicked acts to us. And so now, that's also talking about trying to destroy and get rid of us right now as well. All right, but King David said to remember them. Go ahead.
O daughter of Babylon.
O daughter of Babylon. Remember it said, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So they're going to show you that when it said that about Edom, that's talking about America. Because Esau is running America, and America's running the show. America is that Babylon, that great whore that sits upon that sits on the beast, man. That sits in the midst of many waters. So that's why they're going to show you that when it's speaking about Babylon, yeah, it's talking about America, but it's primarily talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
It says thou art to be destroyed.
That's one reason why.
Cunt. Exactly. Hell fucking yeah, man. Just that alone, bro. Just that alone right there, man. The homosexual bullshit right there.
The sins have reached up to the heavens, man.
Right. Late.
It's no boundaries in this place.
You can give me Jude 1.
You know, anything goes.
That's another reason why it's gonna be destroyed too. Hey, that's why you can hold that real quick. Yeah. And you can hold no, you can give me on Revelation 11:8. That's why we say when you talk about America, America is Babylon. America is that hole in the beast. America is Sodom and Egypt, man. Because Egypt was the first place that we was held captive in. This is another captivity. This is another Egypt here.
Another house of bondage.
Exactly, man. This is where we are.
The last house of bondage.
Yeah, iniquity shall not iniquity, affliction shall not rise again. Okay. You get it from Bible?
Revelation 11 and 8. Yep. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Because they got the spirit of Sodom. You seen it with them goddamn men walking, man. 2 men holding hands. And then you had a woman go inside the library, and she was berating and going crazy because they had drag queens reading books to children that's probably his age. Like, for real. Reading books to little children. Like that. Drag queens in the library. But you want to say, God bless America? Our people want to stay here and live in this cesspool of wickedness, bro. They don't want to go back to being a royal people. They like being niggas and coons and wetbacks and spicks and all that shit, bro. They love that. They don't want to be Judahites. They don't want to be Simeonites, Gadites, Reubenites. They don't want to be none of that. All right?
It says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right. Because when they say our dead bodies, man, a lot of people, they're literally dead. You know? I mean, even though we have physically died here as well, people are also literally dead. Because when you go back to, what was that, in Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, when it said the dry bones, they didn't have no flesh on them, man. Because why? They weren't eating this roll. All right? They dead. They spiritually malnourished.
They walking dead as a show.
It's real. It's real life. So these people really walking around with their eyes wide shut. Right? You gonna read it from the show?
Jude 1 verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them.
Now remember this too. There was also one point that sodomy was a felony. How can a sodomy be a felony when you got 2 fucking men walking down the street holding hands? This is Sodom and Gomorrah again, man.
That's the right. And like manner giving themselves over to fornication,
right,
and going after strange flesh.
Going after strange flesh, because it's a scripture where the Lord said you're not supposed to be sleeping with a beast. You're not even supposed to be laying down with an animal. And then on top of that, you have 2 men getting married. You got 2 women out here being carpet punches, man. That's strange. Go ahead.
Yep, and out there in Canada, you can now marry a horse, man.
Huh? What? Certain places here. You can marry your pet.
Yeah, you can marry a sheep and all that. Yep, like up in the like in the Nebraska area, like up in Montana, Oregon.
Montana, certain parts of Utah. You can marry a dog and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm mad like I ain't.
Hey, you can marry yourself, man.
Hey, I know that. Dennis Rodman did that shit long time ago.
It's a woman. It's
marrying a damn beast.
Bro,
that's a whole nother level.
That is a whole
I
nother
marry
level.
myself before I marry a beast.
It don't make no sense, man. You better.
Hey, and I ain't marrying my damn self.
But that's Esau, man. That's the violent, wicked man in the world.
Deuteronomy 28:28.
It goes to the point where it shows where people actually marrying carnal things.
I was just
like a guy marrying his car. Like it, you know what I mean? Like that's how real this stuff is, man. You know?
Hey, but hey, the scripture even it's a lot. Forgive me. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, going back to the topic at hand, like I said, sodomy was a felony at one point. Couldn't do that. You're not supposed to do that.
Intermarriage.
Even the straight man, the Lord said you can't go up there. That's not an entrance. That's an exit. That's what it's made for, right? So go ahead.
Yeah. It says and going after strange flesh are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Eternal fire. That's the same thing that's gonna happen here in America.
That's right.
They're gonna get that vengeance of eternal fire, man. Cause the same thing happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. Cause if you go over there right now to where that land is, what they call Sodom and Gomorrah, if you pick up the alluvial deposits, the dirt,
saltiest place on earth.
Yep, full of a lot of salt. And on top of that, it also it has the what's the word with the sulfur? Yes, the water. It's the only place on earth that has the most concentrated amount of sulfur on earth. I mean, you in outer space, man, is where you'll probably find the most concentrated amounts of sulfur. But it's right there, man. So the Lord, when they said fire and brimstone, he was sulfuric acid, like fire, man. That was the Lord doing that, man.
He said that's an example of things.
That's an example of things to come. This place is gonna be, and it's not far fetched. You got all these countries every other day nuclear this, nuclear that, nuclear this, nuclear that. Somebody gonna pull it one day. Somebody gonna put it. Just, hey, it's just like a fool that always walk around with his gun. Sooner or later, he gonna let it go. Or you may shoot yourself like Pesico birds. If it's around you long enough, you gonna use it. you gonna in your career. I'm just saying, it's gonna happen. It's gonna pop off eventually, man. All right, but that's an example of things to come. But yeah, like I said, America is the mystery war of Babylon. I just want to touch on a few things that you have speaking about.
This is Isaiah 47:2. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
Right. So right now, what's happening to America? Because America's supposed to be that woman, right? And when a woman is walking up the street, she has a skirt, and if a little air get up under there, you see them, and you see them panties, whatever. You know how women get. They get
famous picture of that woman. You know when it goes up like that. Marilyn Monroe.
That's what's happened to America. But it ain't no gust of wind. People lifting up their skirt and exposing you. They exposing America for all the wickedness that it's doing in the world, all the lies that it's doing. I remember they talking about that one man that got poisoned. They said he died. A couple days later, it said the man was in critical condition on the bed. They're saying there's chemical, like the brother was just saying. They saying that Assad using chemical weapons. Russia took those chemical weapons, put them right in front of what you said, the UN, and got rid of them, burned them all. But then they still say, oh, well, you know, Assad using chemical weapons. You know, I mean, they exposing them for all the lies that they've been preaching, all the treaties that they had, they breaking them. What about that treaty in 1987, man, that they had made with Russia, the nuclear treaty? Guess what Trump said? Man, fuck that treaty. Obama just did a treaty with Iran nuclear deal. They said forget that as well. Matter of fact, they almost got rid of what you call it? It's a trade commission between Canada, Central America, and South America. I forgot what they call it. But they almost got rid of that treaty too. It's basically you doing economic dealing and everything. They almost got rid of that too, you know? So you can't trust anything they say. And they're exposing all these priests as well, all these cover-ups. All this being exposed, man. There's nothing more they can say. There's nothing more they can hide. So you know what? Knowing that the devil has but a short time shall come down with great wrath, man. That's why all this is happening so fast. Go ahead, up.
This is Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen.
Ooh, prime example. When the Spirit of the Lord was in the garden, and Adam and Eve, and they realized that they were naked. They're not talking about them like being like physically naked. Naked means that you got exposed.
Get caught naked, like how Jake
said. Got caught. Yeah, Jake said, man, they caught him naked, or like caught him with his pants down, man. That's embarrassing. You got caught off guard. It's the same thing. They being made bare, man.
I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right, that's YAHAWASHI said, I'm going to take vengeance, and I'm not going to meet thee as a man. So he came here on the earth, they was able to grab him up, spit on him, punch him, kick him, put a crown of thorns on his head. We talking about YAHAWASHI. If you ever watch, bro, if you ever watch The Passion of Christ, but that shouldn't really piss you off, because you sit there and imagine a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, and look at how them fucking devils treated him, man.
That movie wasn't even
They treat him, no, you good.
Salaki, my fault.
No, you good.
But, even in the movie, didn't depict to the effect of really,
exactly.
what went down.
His eye was dangling and everything.
Plucked his eyes out, ripped his beard off.
Yeah.
Like,
gruesome. Man, and I remember also, I'll never forget this Edomite surgeon, and he was basically going down, like breaking down what would happen to somebody, you know, from a medical standpoint if they sustain these injuries. And he was talking about, he said YAHAWASHI had to be under such great pain that, like, there was no anesthesia back then. Anesthesia, right? So they couldn't numb them. There wasn't no morphine. He had to take all that pain. And this Edomite man would tell him what would happen. He broke down and started crying. Because he realized, like, man, this is what, I mean, he's thinking about Jesus, sweet baby back, great soul's Jesus. But we talking about YAHAWASHI. So he started crying. You just imagine he did that to die for the sins of the elect. And the 1/3, man. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, go ahead.
And you remember another point to speak on when he was offered that forget exactly the term to numb the pain. He took something that'll make you more alert, so he can actually feel it more, man. So it's like, hey, YAHAWASHI, man, he's cold, bro. He's cold, bro.
Yeah, man. That's why he deserves all glory, man. Him, I always say, call Lord YAHAWASHI, because Yahawah, the Heavenly Father, sent his only begotten Son, but his Son became a sacrifice for our sins. And, hey, it said he was beat for our sins. So, but anyways, you good?
Yeah.
I would say,
It's Isaiah 47:4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord Yahawah of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. It's 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
So now you shall not be called the Lady of Kingdoms. In other words, you're not going to rule over everybody in the world. Just like that horse sitting on that beast. And the scripture said that they're going to hate the horse. So now they're not respecting your authority. They're not respecting you as an authority figure anymore. Because when you see a police officer, you're going to respect him. Why? Because he got the right to shoot your ass. You got the right to arrest your ass. And then if you don't abide by the rules, if you don't abide by, you know what? YAHAWASHI know you good enough. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you why you should, and you gonna obey them. That's right. So you were put here to be ruled over by them. So now you got to go by their rule. But hey, like what Paul said, all things are lawful but not expedient. So by law here in America, if I want to, I ain't gonna fucking do it because that is my swag. The man can go marry a man. That's a law here, but they ain't finna go do that shit. You can eat pork. But I ain't finna go do that shit, you know?
It's like they made all abominations laws now.
Exactly. That's what, because this is, look, you go to cup for all abominations. That's America. Every filthy, wicked act you can imagine, every sin is occurring right here in America.
Yep. Every day, all day.
Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject. Noise. I want the noise to drown out the audio. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Let every soul be subject to the higher power. Just like it said that this is the lady above all kingdoms, you gotta let every soul be subject to the higher power. So the Lord said that he was gonna make Esau the head and make us the tail. So if that's the case, then they're the higher power. You don't have the higher power. You wanna know why? Because your face not on that dollar bill that you gotta go to the store to get water with. And I got a quick one. Yeah. Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly. Agree with thy adversary quickly, man. An adversary will be an officer. Now I'm not saying that somebody steal your car, you gonna call them. Of course you gonna call them. So if you go out and beat their ass, they're gonna get you for assault and battery. You know, go ahead. Agree with thy adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him, lest that any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. You'll be cast into prison. So that's why we have to. You know, I mean, yeah, they wicked. I mean, yeah, a lot of these police officers, they're wicked, you know. They racist. A lot of them are pill poppers. But guess what? These politicians are worse. These politicians are worse than anything you could possibly imagine. All this racial tension that's happening here in America, all this lying that's happening in America, all these killings, all this violence, all this stuff that's happening right here in America, who's controlling America? The politicians, Edomites. So all this confusion, that's why this is called Babylon, the city of confusion. They want to knock you off your square. They'll find ways to try and lock you up. Matter of fact, they've done it before the Jake. They'll pull Jake over. Oh, we found some dope in the car. Man, an officer did that shit. Come out. Hey, what's this right here? That's not mine. You're going to jail. Now you're going to jail for 5 years.
For something you
ain't some bullshit you ain't even do. Prime example. Oh, you want to say something?
No, you was in the middle of your speech.
Got the water. I appreciate that.
Proverbs 22, verse 3.
Because even going back to the something Park boys up there in New York, you have 4 boys. I'm gonna say 4 Jakes, though, you know, dark skinned Jake, whatever. It could be any tribe, but there are 4 Jakes they said that raped this woman. A All right, they got locked up and everything, and Trump was like giving the death. He put out a whole ad in the newspaper, giving the death penalty, hang on, like, you know, throw him in the jail, whatever. Kind of find out she lied. They ain't even do it.
There's a guy that the other day on the news that he lost his scholarship, got kicked out of college, without even having no side of his story.
Nope.
And the girl ended up admitting that she lied. They actually gave her a year for falsified report.
That's the first time I ever. Oh my
they actually gave this white girl a year, but this guy can't go back to school. Lost his scholarships. He had grants from different scholarships, and he lost all those grants.
Yep, because of that incident.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's gonna always be a stigma on him, man.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like
guilty until proven innocent.
Guilty until proven. That's how we are. So that's why it's wise to listen to your adversary, because the powers that be are Esau, Edom's power, man.
Esau even tell you how they show you in secrecy, not like right before your eyes, but it's only for the people who elect, like us, who realize what's really going on. The reason I say that, the movie Life, Eddie and Martin got life for a murder they didn't even commit.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the movie, Esau was like, well, shit, we got however many free years to labor out these niggas.
Yeah, that's
all they want.
Put them back in the world. I mean, they're institutionalized. They don't know how to. That's what they do to you.
They show you in front of their face.
You heard about the actual account? The dude was like back, you know, during like post-slavery, young dude like 14, 12 years old. He was like convicted of murdering 2 little girls, and they didn't have his mother present. Or his nobody present, but they
tried him as an adult.
Exactly, they tried him as an adult, and they lied and gave him candy and said, if you say you did it, we'll give you candy. And pretty much he was like had the death penalty at the youngest age, like 14.
What was that movie that Denzel did? That he did the boxer? Hurricane. That's another one.
Yep.
The cops in the area were watching this guy and they said, look, and trying to put him in jail. Just look it up. The movie Hurricane.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
He actually got off, but he spent most of his life in prison.
He saw even hate their own kind.
But
they don't have no love for
22 and 3.
It's Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Now that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful, because another way of saying the evil is Esau, man. You can't trust them at all. When they came to this land, the so-called Native Americans, they called them fork tongues. And they snakes, they vipers, man. They speak with smooth words, man, but they always got war in their heart. That's how they are. So, you know, even when you see a police officer, man, you know, you salute him, whatever. Not salute, you know, just like, hey, how you doing, officer, whatever the case may be. Because it's been times out here, we've had people try to stab us, fight us. I mean, they want us off the block. But officers, they came and said, listen, leave these guys alone. They do it. Matter of fact, when somebody called the police on us, the officer, the first thing they do is come up to us and say, are you guys okay? Because they know we out here already preaching the word. If somebody come up want to fight us, that's not on the regular. So when they see that, they come to our aid. So, you know, that's why the scripture said, agree with thy adversary.
Yeah, but going to what you're saying, that if a prudent man foresees evil, he sees, hey, if I act a certain way, it's gonna merit this result.
Exactly.
I'm gonna hide myself, and you know, agree with my adversary quickly is a form of hiding yourself.
Right.
Keeping the commandments is actually hiding yourself.
Exactly. That's beautiful. That is.
So. Or else you're gonna get punished. You're gonna go to jail and.
Yeah, you're gonna be. Hey, and you know what? Another way of back to Romans 13. Yeah, you go right back there. We'll get back to Isaiah.
Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High.
Right.
The powers that ordain of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resists the power, resists the ordinance of the Most High.
So that what it goes back to. We have to listen to these devils, man, because this is our punishment. Do you not want to? Hell no. The scripture says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroys the heart. And it also said, be ye angry, but sin not. So going also, if I were to go slap an Edomite cop because I just didn't like him, oh, he got every right to beat my ass and lock me up as well. And the Lord gonna look at you and be like,
you a dumbass.
Exactly.
I'm showing you how to operate in this.
Yeah, I set them up over you to patrol you because.
No, that's my.
I was just gonna say, because an officer today is equivalent to an overseer at a
slave camp.
Exactly. That's exactly
what we got. And for you to say that too, we got our people that's coons, that's overseers of us.
Yeah,
but I want.
Cornelius was a centurion. A centurion is another word for officer.
Yep.
And he was an Israelite.
Officer of 100.
You go for centuries and hundreds.
Centuries.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh yeah, Con. That's what I was saying. You want to say? Right now, how we can combat the cops and all this order is for this.
Right.
They can't deal with this. They can't stop this truth. We can come out here and speak and use the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and use the scripture and righteously cuss them out with these scriptures. Let them know they're going down. This is the power the Most High gave. This is the only way we got to fight this order.
That's the best way, though.
It's the only way. Is to fight this order is by these words, man. You know.
Deuteronomy 11, 22 and 23 vouches what you say. Yeah.
That's what scriptures say also, be wise as serpents. YAHAWASHI said, this is my kingdom, my servants would fight. They came like a sheep. Now, this whole black extremist thing going on, you know, it's just another narrative. We have to make more confusion.
11, 22 and 23. This is Deuteronomy 11, 22. For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments, which I command you to do them, to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways and to cleave unto him, then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you, which is beautiful, right? Before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves.
That's a precept for what you said.
Yeah, because this right here, turning back to this is our power to get up out of here, man.
Yep.
You know, beautiful.
And you know what? They go right back to Isaiah 47, man. You go right back into when it said you shall not be the lady over the kings again, or something over the kingdoms. Go back to that part.
Fine. No more called lady. This is Isaiah 47 and 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms.
Right, so now they're not going to be called the lady of kingdoms. Once again, go ahead.
I was wroth with my people.
So the Lord said he was upset with us. I was wroth with my people. Go ahead.
I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right.
And given them into thine hand.
So he given us into the hands of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. Matter of fact, you can get me it's in the Apocrypha. The three holy children, if I'm not mistaken. I think I want like the ninth verse. Speaks about a lawless nation. All right. Through the Spirit. Now I go back. You get it one more time, Brother Bashar?
It's Isaiah 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Verse 9.
9. It said 9.
Come on.
Thou didst shew them no mercy.
Right. Hold on, go back real quick. Wroth with my people.
Oh, y'all start again. It's Isaiah 47 and 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance.
Right, so the Lord said he was wroth with his people and he polluted his inheritance. Now, how did he do that? You get it from me up, Baba Kashaf?
Khan, the Song of the Three Holy Children, chapter 1, verse 8. And thou didst deliver us into the hand of lawless enemies. So
thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies. So they don't abide by this law. So guess what? We're going to go off. Because this is that great whore. They have that golden cup full with all abominations. Abominations all around you. All right? I mean, even as simple as me having a woman and me having sex with her. But guess what? If I wasn't the first man to have sex with her, she don't belong to me. I'm committing adultery. Because the first man whose rod goes inside of a woman, that takes her virginity, she got to be with him for the rest of their life, for the rest of her life. So every woman that I've dealt with that I wasn't her first, that's not my wife. So I'm sleeping with another man's woman. That's why Paul said all things are lawful but not expedient. But here in America, they promote adultery. Oh, well, girl, if he just say love you, you just go find love. Go test the waters. Just go in the waters. If you want to go to that river,
First question to ask is, what's your body count?
What's your body count?
Yeah. Settle down.
What Drake said? Drake said, not Drake. J. Cole. Y'all said Wayne. J. Cole said, it was a song with Missy Elliott on it. And she said
nobody's perfect.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. Yeah, multiply. Yeah, she said 5 multiplied by 3. That's basically what he's saying. You know what I mean? But
that's being generous.
That's just being generous. Exactly.
Hey, man, that ain't the truth.
Yeah, man.
You know they out here.
Hey, real talk. Matter of fact, let me say this real quick before we get back into the lesson. I got a little cousin, man. They twins though. They twins. My cousin, she stay in Atlanta. Now the oldest cousin, I asked her what she wanted to do. She said she wanted to be a stripper. She only like 16 years old.
Yeah.
I said, why you want to be a stripper? Because I want to get money.
That's what she see on TV.
What?
That's all Atlanta promote.
And then her younger sister, because they twins though, but you know, the youngest one, when she first came down here earlier this year, I asked her, you know, you virgin, what you been doing? She said she had sex with 2 boys. She came back down here, what, maybe like 6 months later. This is like a couple weeks ago. I saw her, asked her, and like, yo, what is that? She was like, Dante, and I'm looking at, she counting what she thinking like this. I'm like, damn, you just said 2 early this year. And you're like, hold on, wait. And then I kid you not, she said that she was like, he don't really count. I'm like, what that mean? What you did with? I'm telling you, man, out here like that, you know. But what? I can't make this up, man.
Crazy, bro.
Hot Atlanta. They moved her and turned out. I thought St. Pete was bad, boy.
Moved her and turned out.
Moved her and turned out, up, down, all around, man.
Miami the same way.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole more of the story going back to like how this is a lawless society that we living in. We been getting into a lawless people. So right there, that goes to show why the Lord said, "You will rob my people and I polluted my inheritance." Go ahead, up.
Con. It says, and thou didst deliver us into the hand of lawless enemies,
right?
Most hateful forsakers of the Most High.
They hate, they forsake YAHAWASHI. Now, with that being said, now let's say that an officer was to try you, and you're like, man, fuck you, officer. For one, he is the law, but they already are lawless people. They don't even abide by their own laws. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's bad. And on top of that, that's the Most High's whooping stick. So that's kind of like saying, you know, like, boy, bring your ass here. Man, who the fuck you ain't going? You running down the street and being disobedient right there. So when he do catch your ass, then one. You know? Go ahead. Yep.
And to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world.
Right, and to an unjust king, look at Trump. They're all talking about when the Northern Kingdom was getting ready to come to America. Oh, they're all rapists and they're all murderers and everything and extortioners. Hold on, wait a minute. Look in the mirror. You an Edomite. How the fuck you think you got this land? You know, that's
they like to forget that.
They hypocritical too, bro. What they say, 9/11. Never forget. Yep. Oh, see, whenever them devils come up and try love, I pick this song up right here and put it in their face, and they don't even want to look at the song. Love? What you call that? Love. You call that tender love? Tender love? No, that's the scripture. Hey, what the scripture say? The scripture says, "Love working no ill towards his neighbor." Man, right. That was an ill time he went through. All right.
I don't even know what love is.
Hey,
love is these commandments.
Hey, that's the spirit. Because just like Man of Steel, what's Superman's weakness? Kryptonite, right? That's just like what the brother say. When you put up the truth, that shit it kills them, man.
They do something too. They get weak.
They get weak, man.
They get weak. You know, matter of fact,
be just for a
you just said something.
They don't like that, man. That's why they didn't tell you to never forget the slaughter of the Native American Indians. All right.
Matter of fact, they made mockery of it.
I was just gonna say they made mockery of it, made it a holiday.
Yeah. They made a holiday. Then they also have these teams like the Washington Redskins.
Really? Yep. The Black Hawks in hockey.
The Black Hawks, exactly.
Hey, they got a tobacco patch. It's
Florida
called
State Seminoles.
Red Men.
Say it again.
They have a tobacco patch. It's called Red Men. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, and it's a native.
It's a true tobacco.
Buffalo Bill. He was actually a dude. His name was Buffalo Bill. He shot up all the buffaloes and starved out the ghettos.
The devil. And they called him the Buffalo Bill.
He was a real man.
You're right, because what they do, because they know that, bro, because the bisons was like, the buffalo, they were like the number one source that the Native Americans had. Man, they'll take the buffalo, they'll make jerky with it. They'll take the hide and make a coat for the winters and everything. They'll take the bones and make weapons out of everything. So when you take that that's like a natural resource from them and you kill it, it was like
trickle down effect.
Exactly, it's a trickle down effect because it was multiple uses you had for this and they took it from you. Now you're really defenseless. They starved them out. And basically what they did, the Buffalo Bills, that's the blue land, right? So I might look that up, the water for that.
Man, I'm saying, you would never think that America heard buffalo running to and fro throughout the space, man.
Buffalo, peacock, all that, running all up and down here, man. All this was just, can you imagine, bro, if you uproot all this concrete, and just imagine the state they was in when they got here. They destroyed all of that.
Imagine all the blood under these streets.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I forgot how much, but they bought my hand for like dirt cheap. from the Native Americans.
Supposedly. $1 a year. Yeah. Supposedly. They pay them $1 a year for 500 years, something like that.
Mockery, bro. Mockery. Go ahead up.
60.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy.
And hey, like you just said, to a lawless nation. Lord said he given us into their hands, okay? So that means that Esau, Edom, your pride deceiving you. The Lord allowed you. He took the basis of, I was so mad with my people. I'm going to take a nation that's living in the caves, out of the caves. They're going to call themselves my people. They're going to move into your land. They're going to put you in slavery. They're going to make your people turn against you. They're going to control your women and your children and your thoughts, everything you do, all because you didn't do what I asked you to do. That's how mad he was. Now they're going to the moon. That's how mad the Lord is right now. We lost everything, man. We got evicted. We went bankrupt. Everything. We got divorced from our woman, which is wisdom. All that. We lost everything, bro. But what he said, yeah, come back unto them back. That's mercy, bro. We lost everything. Go ahead up.
Upon the ancient hast thou verily heavily laid thy yoke.
And they did, man. And they still lay their yoke upon us to this day. It's perpetual hatred. Go ahead.
And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
And that's what they say. They say that on that inward parts of that the generation shall go on forever. Esau think they're going on forever. In 2038, the United States will be moving into Mars. They think like that. You think your ass could be up in like, that's how they think, bro. All right? That's the wicked imagination. Oh, in about 5 years, man, my husband think about moving to Europe. Even the scripture says, we shall see, Lord willing. That's why the scripture says, we shall say, Lord willing, on the tomorrow. All right? Or Lord willing, I'll see you, brothers. All right? Like we, with the spirit, we know we gotta do careful Saturday, but I don't want to watch this. I see you Saturday, brother. I don't want, if it's the Lord's will. I may not make it to tomorrow. You know?
Might not make it home at night.
Exactly. Hey, I just pray that we make it through this session. Somebody can come by and just gun us down. Anything can happen, man. All right? That's how you make yourself a living sacrifice for the Lord.
Right.
Neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Right, and then,
I'll just be 7 again. 270 again? Yeah. My head definitely on the swivel, though. I'm watching.
Oh, yeah, hey, we your first, hey, that's how we were when we first came out. But we still like that. You got to be circumspect, man. You never know. Because we see people that ride around in circles for like 10 minutes. Now, I'm not sitting out looking for a parking spot, but every time you hit that corner, you look over here too, you know?
And we mark men.
Yeah, we marked men by the FBI. That's why the police don't do anything to us.
Exactly.
They call us terrorists. So right now, the police, they won't say anything to us. So, see, them the ones you got to worry about police, really.
You gotta worry about those. You gotta worry about
it's the motherfuckers who want to come get you when you in your sleep like this. Boom. Put that bag on your head. And you seen the movies, and they put the bag on your head, and they cut the scene, and you sitting in there, and you sitting between two big ass guys in the back of some Jeep, and you just got the head, you got the thing on, you bouncing and shit, driving. You don't know where you going.
Hey,
for real, bro.
30 minutes later, you get some water thrown on you.
Yeah, you wake up and shit, and you got knocked out in the head. You got blood coming down. You strapped up and shit.
Torture
it's a dude, motherfucker coming out like this. They shut. You know how they shut the door off silent and shit.
Start punching you and your shit.
that mob.
You gotta kill me.
Now what's the name of your Lord again? I'm telling you, they're gonna do some shit like that, man. That's why we say Lord willing. That's why we pray, man. Cause like this is the easy part right here, man. This is training. This is boot camp. The war hasn't happened yet, man. All right. And I remember a brother had did a video. He said, everybody wants to say they Hebrew Israelites right now. All right, but they don't really understand the magnitude because it's not gonna be fun calling yourself a Hebrew Israelite in that day, because that persecution is gonna come. You know, that's what faith comes in at. Because the Lord speaks about the evil things that happen, that comes. But he always talk about what David said: the Lord shall be my refuge, the Lord is my shield, Lord is my rock. That's my defense. Okay, because it's always two polar opposites. The Heavenly Father deal with the good and deal with the evil. Why? Because he make both sides. It's all about which side you want to be on. Because he also had evil angels. It says that in Psalm 78 chapter. He said evil angels among them.
That's what Satan was. The cruel man foresees evil and he hides himself.
Exactly. Well, you hide yourself right here. That's right, brother.
That start, man. Getting right. Getting yourself in order. Looking in the mirror first, man. That's where it starts.
That's where it started. That's right. Come. That's exactly where it starts at, man. You gotta look on, because the scripture says, "Be ye not on the hip." Matter of fact, you can get it from me real quick, Bible Bishop.
What's that?
James, I think it's James 1. James 1:20, if I'm not mistaken. James 1:20. Because like the brother said, you want to get back into it. Like the brother said, man, when you come into this truth, the main thing you want to start doing is just analyzing yourself. Because we in this flesh, we gonna go off every day. Even if I look at a woman, I think she has a nice figure. If she by herself, I could be looking at another. Matter of fact, I know even if she says she ain't got a man, you have a husband, cause I know you're not a virgin. But I'm going off already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even the clothes we wear. You know what I'm saying? Like all this ain't cotton, all this ain't polyester. Scripture says you shall not mix diverse, garments. You know what I'm saying? Oh, now you got it. So look, I'm going on. Yeah, that
okay. James 1:20. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness. 1:22.
Yeah.
Okay. James chapter. Where you want to start?
Yeah.
All right. Spirit. I got you. James 1:21. Okay. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls.
Like you said, an evil man foreseeth the evil. So this was gonna save your soul. This engrafted word right here. So laying aside all of that, can you give me Psalms 119? You know what I want? 119 and 9. Through the Spirit. All right, because this is the engrafted word that will save you, man. Because we all filthy. The scripture says our righteousness is filthy rags. All right. If you think about a filthy rag, I'm just gonna be straightforward. That's a tampon, a used one at that. It speaks about that. It speaks about our sins being like a menstrual rag, man.
Yeah. Hey, the scripture saying Isaiah, although thy skins be as red as scarlet, man.
Yeah. That's the sins. Yep. Yeah.
Psalms 119, verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
Right.
By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Right, so taking heed to this word. This right here is going to cleanse your way, because you want to, in that day, you want to make sure that you are blameless and that you are clean in the eyes of the Lord, man. All right? Because when you sacrifice to the Lord, you have to be an unblemished lamb. All right? YAHAWASHI was an unblemished lamb. We're not perfect. We already marked from the get-go. Hey, if I was in my mother's womb and she ate a pork chop sandwich, I ain't clean. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it. What man can say he's clean, But this word is what's going to cleanse you. This is the real baptism, not dumping somebody in some filthy tap water. You know what I'm saying?
And
that
everybody
everybody
your hand out for some collection plate out there.
Exactly, man. That's not going to save you, man. All right? That's the commandments of man. You got something, brother?
I got to look for it.
Okay, hey, whenever, just let me know, brother. Yeah. You can go back to that real quick.
James 1:22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only,
right,
deceiving your own selves.
Right, and so like the brother was saying, when you first come in, you have to really focus on your salvation. Nothing wrong with breaking bread with brother. The scripture says to be around godly men. Be around like-minded men. You have to, man. And that's a spiritual thing, because there's a lot of evil spirits out here. As we standing right here, we ain't got to see nobody. Nobody has to walk by. But they are entities right around us. You want to know why? Because the scripture says, the angel of the Lord that campeth around about them that fear him, man. So just as the angel is here watching us, you got evil spirits out here trying to provoke us as well. All right? Because who was it? When Saul went to the woman, the soothsayer, the woman that had familiar spirit, because he wanted to call back Samuel, because the Lord wasn't dealing with him. When make a long story short, she saw Samuel, she was scared. Saul lied to her, but then he asked her, "What do you see?" I see an elderly man, so to say, with a mantle on. This is like a mantle, And she said, "I saw gods going to and fro out of the earth." So she saw the spiritual realm. She saw those angels, which is all around us, man. All right.
Even with Elisha and Gehazi. You saw the angels.
Oh,
camped around all around them.
Matter of fact, even when the one servant was on a donkey or ass, the ass it kept stopping. It would just sit down. He tried to whoop it and everything. I think he fell on him and broke his leg. I think the ball was the wife. Was the wife of the woman that King David.
I see that initially.
I think
I could be wrong.
No. You say. I think the ball is the wife. Is the wife of the woman. It's like the wife of the man. That when King David's men came in from the field, because they used to watch the men's sheep and everything and their crops, that he asked them to he asked if they can eat with them and everything. And the ball was like, who was King David? Then King David was gonna slay them. But his wife came out, gave him wine and everything, and said, please don't kill my husband.
It's Balaam. It's Balaam.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. The ball,
Okay.
you're right about the ball. It's
Okay,
Balaam.
okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So like you said, he was on the back of that donkey, that ass, and then what happened was he kept trying to go a certain way. I'm gonna tell you why he couldn't go that way. Because there was an angel right there. The Lord showed him that angel because the Lord told him not to go to. He told him not to do something. He went to a specific place. He said, "Don't stay, leave or something." But I think he decided to stay. So then when he left, that's what happened to him, being disobedient.
Can I add just a little bit? Yeah, because and also that earlier that donkey was beating it because the donkey like thrice was turning him away. It was like because the donkey seen an angel, and he was like, "What the fuck? What's wrong with you?" That's when the Most High told him that angel. He said if you would have kept going, he said you would have went slap across this sword, man. You would have ran right towards this sword. That angel right there, man. You know, that's the power of the Lord. And they're going to show you that the Lord was on that. The Spirit was on that donkey, man. All right. Yeah.
Ready up?
In a park crew, it said no man washed himself.
Hey, go Trump.
And then touch himself. Washing his hands and then touch his clothes.
36, I think.
Yeah.
36.
Yeah.
Go to 36, the last verse, I believe. All right. Isaiah 47. Those are concubines, brother. It could be a confusion of facing that somewhere. Oh, you can go back to Peter. That's why I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking, huh? Go ahead, huh?
I got some. You got some? All right.
Huh?
Go ahead.
All right. This is 2 Peter 1:9. But he that lacketh these things is blind, and cannot see afar off, and hath forgotten that he was purged from his old sins. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
So you got to give your diligence. All right, that's your time into studying, to watching the videos, learning the little Hebrew. It's always good to speak to the Lord in the pure language, man. It's always beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Learning when the Sabbaths are, like not doing what you want to do on the Sabbath. But in other words, just like studying. You know what I'm saying? Watching a movie or whatever, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, you can even go to a movie and watch a movie if it's really spiritual. Like, man, I think it's gonna be a real good spiritual movie. I might go watch it on the Sabbath. But you can't cook on the Sabbath. All right, you shouldn't be clean on the Sabbath. Wash your clothes on the Sabbath. You can do your own pleasures. But now the law says, Paul said the law everything is lawful but not expedient. If you gotta work on the Sabbath day, take your ass to work.
If you have to.
If you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and go to work, because you can't.
Gotta
The scripture says, "Be not over righteous much, why destroys thyself."
Right.
And be not over wicked much, why destroys thyself. Because you're gonna go off too, you know. So it's all about giving diligence to make your call and election sure.
The thing with the cooking, like the elder told us, all you got in there is raw food, and your kids gotta eat.
You gotta cook.
Yo, you gotta cook.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly. So, you know, that's YAHAWASHI doing, you know, you can do it, man. You know, like,
Especially if it's not appeasing to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Your kids got to eat. All you got is raw food.
But that's only for the house of Israel. That's not, you can't eat.
Yeah, the water for saying that too, because I remember the video. He did say that, you know. Yeah, that is true, man. Like, come on. Like, it's just like some things just common sense, man. Yeah,
common sense.
Like, if you got 4 kids, right?
And you ain't cooked the day before.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And all you got is steak. I mean, you know, cook. You know, but if you can prep some before and they can eat, that's cool. Or you know, you can go. I mean, you know, there's ways to it, but let's just say you never got to it. It was real busy. You had to work overtime. Just go ahead and cook them some, man. You know, or you can, you know, buy a piece of something. You know, sit there and just die off
starve kids.
You know, especially if you got kids. Nah, man. You know,
that example you put out, David in the shewbread.
Yep, David went into the
David had men with him. Yep, and only the priest was able, the Levites able to eat that bread. But you know, they weren't Levites. They weren't priests. Nope. Hey, what was they just gonna starve? No, man. Give them the priests. Give them the bread of Levites. And then at the end of the day, that was spiritual to show you that all tribes were gonna be priests, because only the Levites was the priests. So that's spiritual when the other tribes ate of that bread, the Levite, the priest bread, the other tribes ate of that. So what? That was symbolic to all the tribes. The priesthood going to all the tribes. Because what? According to the prophecy, Moses wrote, they shall be a nation of kings and priests.
That's right.
All right? So what? When YAHAWASHI came on the scene, he brought the priesthood to all the other nations. You know, so every tribe
get that bitch
will be a priest. You know?
Dog trying to stay with us.
Yeah. They tired of getting fucked.
Hey, and that's the spirit, because that's why the scriptures say the Lord sprung out of YAHWAH concerning no priest.
Yeah,
but what?
Yeah,
but
evident.
Yeah, that's right. It's evident. And what's the evidence? The scriptures. That's why he said in Psalms 40:7, "Lo, I come in the volume of the book." You know. So that's why Sirach 2:10 says, "Look at the generations of old and see that any trust in the Lord were confounded," because that's how you gain your trust. Reading about King David. Look how the Lord delivered Job. You know, look at how YAHWAH was faithful to all them that trust him, and that's how you gain your not only wisdom but your strength, which is that faith.
Exactly.
Stability of the time.
Now that's beautiful, because what the scripture says, things are written aforetime before our learning, that we through faith and patience might have hope.
That's right, and that's how you gain in that faith, because you see how the Lord delivered us at appointed times, man. And that's the spirit. I went into that word season. When you go into the etymology of the word season, all right, it means a period of a year. So just like so just like a day to the Most High is 1,000 years. Well, there's a 1,000 seasons, man. There's 1,000 seasons to like, for example, when you have a sentence. At the end of the sentence is a period, right? So the Lord said, in due season, all things will be fulfilled in the book of Sirach, man. So there's an appointed time, all right, for everything to go down. And that's why the scriptures tell you in Isaiah, I have, in an appointed time, have I heard thee. And in the day of salvation have I adorned thee, man.
Beautiful. Hey, I got to back you up.
Kind of spirit.
Because what you said, the word season goes back to a period during a year, right?
That's right.
Now this is Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1. The spirit of YAHWAH power is upon me, because Yahweh have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. This is the point that you're talking about. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. And guess what? An acceptable year doesn't go by our time.
That's right.
Because remember, 1,000 years to us is one day to the
Heavenly Father.
All right?
That's right. I got one more to back you up.
Go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord, YAHWAH, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. That's the point. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. So what? It's tarrying because we in this flesh, but it's already done through the spirit. Written. That's why, that's why the scriptures say endure until the end, suffer with patience, right? But here's the patience and the faith of the saints, because it's only given unto the elect of Israel, i.e. the nation of Israel. All right. It says, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And that's why YAHWAH said, behold, I come quickly, man. You know?
Behold.
Spirit. Yeah, behold.
I come quickly.
Quickly.
All right, because it's already written. It's called the scriptures. Hold on, why would they call it the scriptures? Because we plan out our roles in the
scriptures, man.
All right, Shakespeare said that. He said the earth is a big theater, man. All right, that's why when you look at the word theater, the word theos is in there. The word theos means gods. All right, so right now matter of fact, what did that familiar spirit say to Saul? I've seen gods descending in and out of the earth. Gods all around us. Hey, you know the scripture say that ye are gods?
Come.
So we just playing out our role on earth. You princes of the power, man.
I got one for you.
Come on, man. We are royalty.
God, Isaiah 52, verse 6. Therefore my people shall know my name. Therefore they shall know in that day that I am he that doeth speak. Behold, it is I. Right? And the Lord speak through the mouth of his servants and prophets. That's why we prophesy the downfall of the kingdom, man, of so-called white man, Esau, Edom, and the restoring of Israel, man, because it was prophesied that we were going to stand on our feet in the times we're in, man. At the end.
That's why it said, I shall put my words in your mouth.
That's right, Art.
All right. So that means that those who speak according to the Bible, the 100% truth, that's who the Lord's dealing with. Anybody who's partial with it, you can't deal with them, man. All right, they're partial in the law, you know. So they don't even have the full faith. They don't even have faith to begin with. Go ahead up.
7.
Yeah. Spirit just took over.
Yeah.
No, spirit.
This is Isaiah 47 and 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Neither didst remember the latter end of it.
So you're not considering what your latter end's gonna be, because you really believe that you're gonna commit all these atrocities amongst my people. You're gonna destroy the entire earth that we have to live on. You're gonna profane my land. You're gonna put my people in captivity and then put yourself in their stead, and you're not considering what your latter end gonna be. You really not gonna consider that? That's what the Lord said. He's gonna say, hey, before you did all that, you didn't consider what was gonna happen. It's just like, come on, man, think about it. People out here killing, murdering people, man. Ain't nobody sorry till they get caught. Esau not sorry for what he did. But when he get caught, don't he gonna shed it? He gonna seek it. Seek it carefully with tears. There shall be no place for repentance for Esau on that day. Right? All right, because he showed no pity. All right, so no pity will be showed unto him. Understand?
Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
And none else beside. That's why I always say this. Oh, not even God can sink the Titanic. Motherfucker at the bottom of the ocean now. You feel me? The few, the proud, the Marines. You know, they be thinking they think they have the strongest force, man. All right, they're not considering the power of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. That's why the scripture says, "Cursed be the man that put his trust in man." All right, because they always say, "I did," or "I this," or "I that." Everything today is all about selfish. Think about the word selfie. You're selfish because you all about you, man. You know what I'm saying? How is it that I can have 40,000, 50,000 followers, but I probably talk to 3 or 4 people on my phone a week? Why is that? You know, it's emptiness, man. They're trying to find comfort and pleasure from somewhere else. But when you really look at it, it always boils down to me, none else. Because they're not thinking about the Lord. They're thinking about them, what they got to do, what they can do. Now, granted, you know, people put themselves in situations that's phenomenal, like Floyd Mayweather, how he came up and everything. But I mean, you always look at yourself as you are higher power, you are higher God. All Lord got to do is say, you know what, I want the spirit right now. You drop dead. All those riches that you have gonna stay right here on earth.
The Lord already tapped on his soul a little bit because he can't even read.
Can't read the Bible. Damn, man, the Lord really did that to him. Your ass can't read. Well, he got audio book. Hey, the Lord will give you away now.
Remember, money is a digit on the screen. That could go like that.
Right.
Exactly.
That money don't mean
they try to make everything digital now.
Exactly.
Paperless. Exactly, brothers. RFID chip. Go ahead. Y'all believe in the mark of the beast, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Spirit, brother. Spirit. Go ahead.
I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
So America, like, I'm not gonna sit as a widow I'm not gonna know the loss of children. In other words, I'm not gonna lose in any war. That's how America think, man. We're not gonna suffer. We'll go to your land, we'll put military bases there, rape your women, shoot you up, kill your kids and everything, but you can't do that over here. All right,
but these two things shall come to thee in a moment.
So these two things shall come to thee in a moment.
In one day.
Can you get that for me up? Revelation 21. 1821?
That's
in 1 hour?
That one?
That one?
Well, I was thinking you was going to say that the whole time.
Come on, that one. You hear what we're talking about, Chuck?
This is Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
In one day, okay? And what's this? And what's that it's going to be in one day?
In that hour.
In that hour, go ahead.
Revelation 18, verse 7. I'm going to start at 16. And saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet.
Ooh. That city, that purple, they go back to that woman. They go back to Babylon. They go back to that whore, right? That city, right? Go ahead, huh?
And purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
So in 1 hour, so great riches shall come to naught, man. Okay? Now, when it says that 1 hour, understand this. It's talking about them ICBM missiles. Because Russia can get an intercontinental ballistic missile to hit New York in less than 30 minutes. Right. They got hypersonic missiles now and everything that you can't even pick up on radar. Like that. Taking off instant transmission on their ass.
Got photon guns since the 60s on ships that you don't hear them, you don't see it, you just see where they shot.
Hold on, you talking about a laser, like a laser?
On the Navy ships.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a photon.
I saw that. I saw it.
It's literally, if they want to shoot something this big, they could literally aim it because it's a laser, it's a light, it's
right.
straight. So then they can shoot that. You don't hear it, don't see it, no nothing.
All you see is the
damage.
Boom. Exactly. I seen that video on YouTube, man. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And they had that since the 60s.
And ultimately, they got that for YAHAWASHI.
Exactly. Con. 7x13.
You know,
the way they use it now. Let's say you have a boat and they want to stop you. They just shoot your engine and save the boat.
Okay.
So they could keep everybody alive without sinking the boat. Just take your engine out.
Take your engine out. Okay. Come. Dang.
That's why we don't need them powers.
Come on. Everybody to the 1 hour.
For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught.
Right. And the riches is here in America because America got rich off of slavery. All right. And it said money got by the seat, man, shall basically diminish and fly away, man. The Lord will take it from you. All right, the scripture speaks about one kingdom being transferred to another kingdom, man, by another person who is worthy. Go ahead, up.
For 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off.
So all these other nations who used to do business, the merchant cities who used to do business with America, they gonna look afar off and see the damage, man, that's gonna happen to them when the ICBM missiles hit America. Think about this: when 9/11 happened, right? They had it to where they took a satellite image. You can see the smoke from space. So just imagine when America get hit by 200 million missiles, man. All the nations afar off, they gonna see it. It's gonna be televised too as well. Cause they're gonna still have satellites up in there, but YAHAWASHI coming back though, man. You know, at the same time. So I mean, bro, they're gonna be able to see all that in that day. In an hour, they're gonna see a far off all the birds. Cause you know a lot of international goods, it comes on ships. They don't fly that shit. All that weight, come on, too much. They put them on ships, man. So that's why they say all those sailors, all them people, when they see that happen, man, they gonna be well hurt.
That's what they think. Oh, let's make this, ship it right off to America. But, you know, because America's like a huge Tyrone Mall. All the merchants, everybody come here to sell their product from whatever country they bring it from.
Hey, it's beautiful you say that. Because, yeah, they bring it on the ship, but what they have inside a lot of these stores, they have, like, shipping departments. But I'm bringing it on the truck. But guess what? Whatever goods you have, the natural resources what made that product. That's the most important thing. You can't have a product without natural resources, so it gets shipped here first, then it gets sent by FedEx or whoever, the carrier.
And or they get sent to a distributor. As far as Amazon, Walmart. You know, Walmart, Amazon, they just distributors, man. You know, and then Walmart have they're great value brand. But in that, Walmart is a distributor, Amazon is a distributor. You know, they just distribute. That's how they make their money.
You know what? Amazon is nothing but a Walmart. Because you want to know why? That's what you call a department store. There's more than one department that you can shop in. This is not just a clothing store. This is a department store. Department for consumables, groceries, electronics, houseware, lawn and garden, whatever you want. General merchandise, and all those employers, those companies that send those goods there. Those are the merchants, man. All right. Those are the merchants and America's the merchants they're looking afar off, man.
It says, and cried, and the sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
Right? Everybody say, because you got people that was in other countries, you know, they'll be like, I want to go to America. America is a great city. They said the streets are paved with gold. That's what they used to say back in the day, man, about America. America where dreams come true. America where you can do whatever you want, man. New York. Hey, even your boy, that's my boy though, Frank Sinatra. New York, and that song Chicago. The song Chicago, man, they're talking about America.
You have the modern day one with Jay and Beyonce.
Yep, the modern day one. New York.
Jay and
Alicia Keys. Okay, come. You gotta get up to
Shalom. I'm gonna send on this video. I'm gonna send my an email. You know, I want to get you guys contact and stuff like that. So you during the week or whatever.
Yeah, that'll be beautiful, man. Yeah, just when you put your email up there, you know, just put it up there and then delete it. And then one of the brothers will go to the. Whenever somebody send a comment.
Yeah. Let me just give my number real quick because I know you're still on live.
Well, no, just whenever you do it, just do it on the email. Just send the email and I get your email.
I don't want my email on there. I just thought about it.
No, listen. This is what I'm saying. When you put the comment on there, delete it.
Okay.
So we're gonna come when you delete it. Whenever somebody send a comment, they send an email to their whatever email account that's linked up to their YouTube page.
Okay.
So we're gonna see your email.
Oh, even if it's deleted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cool. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you good, man. So as soon as you send it, just delete it. All right.
Okay.
All right. Shalom, y'all. Shalom.
So he's saying when you post it, press post, then delete.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Shalom. Go ahead.
All right, it says, what city is like unto this great city?
I was looking at him.
Hold on! I'm there. Hey!
It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For 1 hour is she made desolate.
All that had ships in the sea.
Because of her.
Because of her. So all these nations doing all this commerce, doing all this because of America, man. Because of that sea. The woman that sat in the midst of the waters in the seas, man. And you know what the scripture say about that as well? In 1 hour was America destroyed, man. ICBM missile, man. All right? But you can't escape. No matter how much money you have, no matter what your status is, no matter who you claim to be, you will not be able to escape the power of YAHAWASHI, man. All right? The light should come on soon.
Yeah. We
it's kind of early.
Yeah, cause we came out here kind of early than usual. Yeah, so it's gonna be a delay.
It's all good.
Yeah, we was on dumb time.
Yeah. Oh, we kind of go back.
This is Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day: the loss of children and widowhood.
The loss of children and widowhood is going to come to America, man. All right?
They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries.
Right, for the multitude of thy sorceries, man. Okay? And what's that sorcery? That sorcery go back to witchcraft. The sorceries go back to the music, man. All right, that music gives you a negative vibration. Okay, that source goes back to the movies they make. Cause those movies also give you narratives of what to think. Like think about that movie The Purge, man. They're going to show you that what's going to happen in America. They always put movies out, man, to show you certain things that's going to happen. That's also sorcery, man. That's their magic, their technology. Okay, for all their wicked enchantments that they do, for them worshiping Baphomet and all the other wicked deities and entities, man. All right, you can always visualize a man's imagination by certain things that he do, and also certain things that he create. Like when you look at most of these horror movies, who come up with these crazy ass ideas? Esau do, man. Think about that movie with Jigsaw. All right, come on, that's Esau mentality, bro. That's how they think. You know what I'm saying? So all that wickedness and sorcery, that's why America's gonna be destroyed, man. All right. Hold on, brother, by the precept. 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's your part. They're not going to escape in that way, man. Right? And see, people can walk by the door in the shop. People can, you know, they can be watching, they can listen to some music, whatever. Then they had an autoplay on YouTube, and all of a sudden they hear a brother bringing out precept, but like, what? I don't want to hear that shit. So you can click another video. You can do all that. But in that day, you're not going to escape the judgment of YAHWASHI. Right. That's what you're not going to be able to escape. Right. Go ahead up.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and hast said, none seeth me.
Right, so you trusted in the wickedness that you have done all over the world, but first and foremost, what you've done to us as a people. So you trust in the riches you got by the wickedness that you committed amongst our people. And you say in your mind, what is that?
For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me.
You say none see you. All right, you saying the Lord don't see you. Let alone you don't even believe in the Lord. All right. Matter of fact, you saying who gonna persecute me? Go ahead up.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee.
Your wisdom and your knowledge perverted you. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the amendments, all those things written. The Lord said what?
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee.
And another word for perversion means to corrupt. All right, it has corrupted you. Even your government is corrupt, man. Even your treaties that you have with other nations is corrupt. I mean, come on. I mean, I understand America got pulled, man. They bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But how the hell you gonna tell me, man, I can't sell my own oil without using your money? Come on, man. Say it again, bro. That's pride. That's straight pride, man. You can't sell shit in the world to concern this oil unless you use my money. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, it's like saying, you know what? You can't make no money on this block unless you buy your dope from Ray or some shit like that. That's what it's like, man. For real. Hey, man, where you get that from? I got that from. You can't be over here, homie. Nah, you getting money over here. You gotta spend money with us. That's how Esau is, man. He wanna take a piece of everybody's pie. He don't even want the crumb. Hey, I want to slice out of your pie. Sometimes he'll take the whole damn pie. That's why he take the leaders out of other countries and put up their own leaders.
Esau's a true nigga.
That's the true nigga right there, boy. Go ahead.
And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Right. So they believe that they are the higher power. They believe that, you know, they the regulator. So they mount up. Go ahead up.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee.
Right. So evil gonna come upon you that you're not gonna be able to escape, like the brother had brought out earlier at 1 Thessalonians. Go ahead up.
Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee.
And the scripture said that terror shall
that's the spirit. I was going to say that. No, that's the spirit. I was just going to say terror shall make him afraid on every side.
Exactly.
Why? Because not only is you going to have catastrophic events going on around this, man, but these other nations too. And then you got to face YAHWASHI. Then the men of the Lord.
Oh, man.
It's going to be so much terror on this side, he ain't going to be able to escape, man.
The noose going to hit.
Yep.
The HALAL come back with the powers, the changes, the chariots, and the powers. They're gonna be changing a lot of shit. They gonna change that. Hey, boy, they gonna need a new world map, boy. They need a whole new world map, boy.
Reset.
Yep. That reset button on the PlayStation. Reset the whole game. Real talk, man. It's beautiful, man. And what it say, terror shall make you afraid on every side, man. Because you're gonna have that, then you're gonna have us coming in our spiritual format.
That's right.
I mean, bro, think about it. They're gonna be traumatized from the event, but those who do survive, they're gonna be fucked up by America being destroyed, the merchant city. Then seeing us standing over them, shalom. Oh, glowing and shit, and then seeing their daughters getting snatched up, screaming at first, then coming out, Daddy, this is my son.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna have no, I was just gonna say, you ain't gonna have no other choice but to get with the program, man. Because we're gonna enforce that through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI.
And that's beautiful.
Because we're gonna be the law enforcers, man.
And this is a program you ain't gotta sign up for.
Yeah.
You already members.
Exactly, man.
And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
That's right.
Right, so you're not gonna be able to put this off, man. Like the Lord said, those who was not supposed to drink from that cup,
have surely
drunk. Exactly. Matter of fact, you can get that from me, Jeremiah 49.
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly.
Right.
Which thou shalt not know.
In 1 hour. Keep going.
Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Right, so stand now with all those
sorceries. Right.
What's the dude's name? The one dude that's supposed to be like this. The theory. The one dude you was counting
Neil,
Neil deGrasse?
Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse. Yo. Matter of fact, go and talk to all those theory physicists and all your astrologers and stargazers and your tarot card readers and your magic ball and go ahead.
And all their numerology and shit.
Yeah, numerology. Nostradamus.
Do certain things on these dates. And
astrology.
9/11, 9/11. 1776, you know.
Palm readers.
Yep.
You know, the 13, it's always 13 steps. You know, when they go on the staircase, it's always the 13th step. You know, they say they don't have the number 13 on elevators and shit like that. The 13 tribes.
Hey, Con, if I may add too, McDonald's, so brother brought this out, when you take the sign and turn it to the side, the McDonald's word is 1 and the 3 is the McDonald's symbol, man. It's 13.
Oh.
This is 12. Isaiah 47:12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Yeah. If so be thou shalt be able to profit.
Okay.
If so thou mayest prevail.
Right. So in other words, you think you're going to prevail from your enchantments. You think you're going to prevail from your stargazing, man. You think you're going to prevail from your from your politicians, man, from your advisors. All right?
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels.
Come on, you wearied in the multitude of your counsels. Because now all these nations hating you, man. They don't want nothing to do with you, man. You wearied, man. Like, I mean, we're exhausted. Even your allies exhausted with you, man. They tired of it. All right?
Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Right, go ahead.
Behold, they shall be as stubble.
What's stubble? Stubble, what you throw up in that fire to keep that fire going, man. You're going to be like stubble in that day. Go ahead.
The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
And what we were saying, you can walk by the camp. You can, I want to watch that Hebrew Israelite video. I don't want to watch that. But you're not going to be able to escape that fire, man.
That's right.
That judgment, you're not going to be able to escape. Like the brother was saying, people want to go to Africa, want to go to Israel. You're not going to escape. Because like the brother was saying, the scripture said, he going to try the whole world, man. You're not exempt. Nobody's exempt. How the hell you going to run from YAHAWASHI when you bought with a price and the spirit inside your body don't belong to you? Don't it say that the spirit go back to the Heavenly Father who gave it? Come on, man. Go ahead up.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be into thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander everyone to his quarter. None shall save thee.
And right, so, hey, all these nations that spend money with America, they got to run back to their quarters, back to where they live at. So you know what? And nobody going to want to save, nobody going to save you in that day. So they going to be the ones dropping them bombs on you. They going to be the ones delivering that message. All right? So, hey, that's why I think it was, I forgot where it was. It was like sometime earlier this year, you had certain officials from Russia, like 5,000 officials, they had to leave out of a certain land, or you have certain people from other lands that do leave Like, cause they know war for to break out, so they're telling everybody, you know what? It's best for you to just come back home, man. All right. Okay, the brother Luke 21:35. For as a snare shall it come on all of them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. The snare is a trap. All right. So that's what's gonna happen, man. The Most High gonna bring His judgment on the four corners of the earth, man. All through spirit and power, YAHAWASHI. Anybody got anything they want to bring up?
Revelation 18:20. Well, starting from where we left off at. It said, I'm going to read 19 again to get the point. It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. So those ships, a lot of those ships are in the ocean by reason of America. All right, you know, it says, for in 1 hour she made desolate. Now this is the point. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. All right,
that's beautiful because it says to rejoice over her being destroyed. The scripture says, come out of her, my people. She shall destroy you with a sword of destruction. All right? It said America's polluted. So why would you not want to rejoice? Hey, what do we look for? We look for a new heaven, a new earth, wherein there dwells righteousness, man. That's what we want.
Verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Exactly. That's what the scripture said, man. The scripture said it shall be destroyed with violence, man. All right? Bro, 200 million? That's a violent death. 200 million of them things dropping.
Overkill.
That's slap overkill. You know what I'm saying? You know how overkill would be like somebody shoot somebody in the chest, they drop, and just keep shooting them, dumping, take it out again, don't throw a grenade up on it. That's overkill, man. Hey, but that's the wrath of YAHAWASHI. So, destroy. Hey, it's the perfect kill.
Perfect kill.
It says, and the voice of the harpers and the musicians and of the pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee.
All that Ariana Grande, God is one, all that bullshit.
Going off.
All that shit gonna be I hate that. I had to do a video on that shit, man. What's wrong with you, man?
And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee.
Right.
And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Right. And what's that? Millstone is used for grinding.
Yep.
Ain't gonna be no more work here, man.
Here in America.
It's just gonna be
that great production
be obliterated.
You know,
that whole industrial period that they had and all that. All that's on a decline right now. All that's gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be annihilated. No more work here, man.
Hey, and look at this. It says, "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee."
And what that means? Well, the light is the spirit. So when the spirit's taken from you, it's dead. That's complete desolation here, man.
And another thing too, is it's not talking about Babylon, going back to Revelation the 14th chapter. All right, and it was talking about the king of Babylon, how they're falling from heaven, Lucifer. So the light bearers, they were the light, man.
Because they have the light.
Yeah, they have the light, you know.
Exactly.
But at light dimming.
It's dimming, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And you know how the light dimming? Because everything being exposed to them now.
That's their power.
That's their power, secrecy. Yeah. Once they're getting exposed, they're losing their power. That's what it is.
It says, "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee."
Hold on real quick. Let me bring this up. Because you just said secrecy is their power, right? This is on a quotation from Henry Ford Sr. He says, "There is nothing that the international Jew fears." Matter of fact, I'm going to show it to the screen real quick if I can. "There is nothing that the international Jew fears so much as the truth or any hint of the truth about himself or his plans." That's what Henry Ford said, the senior. It's like it. Henry Ford, all right? Your Ford Motors. All right? He said that there's nothing more that these international Jews fear more than people finding out who they really are. That's what it goes back to, man. All right? Secrecy. All right.
it says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived.
Exactly. Them evil spirits, man. All right, that wicked vibration. They all were deceived by thee. Go ahead, up.
And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints.
Wait a minute, Salakia. The prophets, well, we spread to the four corners of the earth. But mainly, the prophets are here in America. Where was the blood shed? Here in America. Mainly here in America, man.
And that's pretty much it.
Pretty much it.
By her, I'm reading that again. It says, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. So all nations were deceived by the sorceries of America, like the brothers was speaking about, the astrologers, the stargazers. You know, that's how everybody was deceived, man. Their sorcery through the television, their philosophy, that wine, that way of life, man.
Left-hand side.
You know?
The left-hand side.
All nations were deceived by her. You know, at one point in time, they actually thought, oh, America was a great nation. You know, America, that's the way of life. We should all adopt that lifestyle, or you know, adopt that way. At one point in time, they did, but they were deceived once they drunk of it and were mad. Exactly. Like, damn, hey, this is not life.
Hey, just like when Henry Kissinger went and told them, okay, here's the gold. Well, not Henry Kissinger, they had the gold standard. Put your X amount of gold in here, you get X amount of dollars. So as they got enough of their gold, you know, they said we done with the gold standard. So all of them, Saudi Arabia gave them a lot of gold for exchanging dollars so they can sell their oil. But then they said we're done with the gold standard. They kept their fucking gold, man. Your ass got deceived, you know. My brother brought a precept. Hosea 2:11, I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, in her Sabbath, and all her solemn feasts. Another one, Jeremiah 50:42. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not shew mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses. Everyone put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. Heavy. Heavy, man. All of them got everybody gearing, and they gearing up right now for war. Yeah. They gearing up right now as we speak, man. Hey, as everybody down here eat on their pork sandwiches and their pepperoni and all that, people around there marching
right now.
Military drill. Matter of fact, they just had one of the biggest military drills Russia did since the Cold War.
Russia and China together.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit I did.
The brother had an article pop up on his phone. NATO just they were having drills, and they said Russia came uninvited. Like they flew a plane by in the middle of their war drills.
Boy, it's finna get down, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a power move right there.
Yeah. Like here it is. We having war games, but Russia fly right by.
They ain't even ready for that shit. You know, hey, matter of fact, you know, that's like one of them boys in the hood when your boy walking and he rolled down that window and had that little shotgun. Like, yeah. And then he rolled off. That's exactly what Russia did, right? They showed up. He pulled up on. Yeah, we see y'all niggas. Okay, keep practicing and hit it. Keep practicing and hit it. Yeah, that's what happened, man. Bro, Ricky, what name? Ricky.
Ricky. I just wanted to say this is that great slaughter that the Lord is preparing, man.
For the fowls of the air and the beasts of the field.
Exactly. That great slaughter, man. All these nations are being gathered together. That big meat grinder. Ooh. Just gonna grind.
Yeah, meat grinder.
Hey, you know? Meat grinder. Man. It's gonna be a slaughter, a sore slaughter, man. A sore slaughter.
Yep.
You know?
Sore.
Hey, because the scriptures tell you, YAHWASHI said what? He said he have treaded the wine press alone, man. So the Lord is getting this ready for his son. He said, sit down on my right hand till I make thy enemies thy footstool. And this is why the armies are preparing and getting themselves in array to destroy America, but ultimately to come up against the Lord. YAHWASHI.
Con, right? Hey, that's beautiful what you just said. You said he's treaded the wine press alone, right? Where's your Isaiah 63? This is on second. I'm looking at something else. This is second Esdras chapter. I want to say chapter 7, verse. Man, where is that? It might be chapter 8. Hold on. I want to prove a point real quick before we close out. That's beautiful what you said. Cause the Lord said he made a worth for many, and the world few to come. Which one is that?
That second Ezra 8, and I think like
second Ezra 8. Yeah. Probably like 20.
Yeah, it's down there in verse 1 too, but it's
right.
In the 22.
Because he said for me, I kept a cluster.
Oh, right? I know what you get.
Because think about it. When you said Yahawashi said he traded the wine press alone. Well, what were the grapes? What did the grapes symbolize? It symbolized the people. He treading the people, man. The wine, and somebody's in a wine press. The grapes, they look purple, but it gives out this very dark maroon color, like blood, like the color of blood. So Yahawashi said, I treaded the wine press alone, man. I mean, I'm stomping on heads alone, man. All right, he was doing the work. His anger, his wrath was coming back. I don't know what's that either. You can get Jeremiah 49 and 11. You close out on that.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 12. Oh, verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children. It's like it. Jeremiah 49, verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children. Verse 12. Yeah. Verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
And we have drunken from that cup. All right? Because we here in America. How did we get here? That's enough said. All right? So we had to drink from the cup of the wrath of YAHWASHI. All right? Go ahead up.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
And matter of fact, we had brought it out in Isaiah 47. What it said, he said they did not consider the end.
Yep, that's right. End.
Yeah, they didn't consider the latter end. So you think that you're not gonna drink from that cup either? Go ahead up.
Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Right.
But thou shalt surely drink of it.
You shall surely drink of that cup, man. Meaning you're gonna surely go through these tribulations that I will bring upon thee. Understand that? The wickedness that you have done, you gotta pay for it, man. All right, like, hey, you like to have your cake and eat it too. Well, guess what? The Lord gonna make you drink this Everclear, man. Straight up. Everybody got anything?
I just want to say this too, like, you know how, like, cause right now we going. This is like politics, man. You know how every nation has a government, all right, and the governors they don't really do nothing. They just talk, talk to different countries, trade, say this is gonna happen, pass this law, pass that law. They do a lot of talking, but what they getting things done. Right now, this is what we doing. Jake might be on the outside looking in, and all they go out there is read script. Yo, this is the government right now. It's a lot of politicking going on. We gotta prophesy this place to go down.
Hey, oh, that's spiritual, because even politics have to expose other bad politicians.
Exactly.
Like them other camps. We gotta expose them too, man. All right.
No, I'm just saying we're making history, man. Well, we changing, man. We changing everything through the spirit and power of the Lord. Oh, YAHWASHI.
That's right.
So don't look at it as just, oh, we just out
here
just talking. No, man. Yo, this is actually
real life.
This is business right
now. This is spiritual.
This is the government right now.
Exactly.
This is taking place. We are the governors of Israel, man.
That's right.
Lord willing, we part of that number. We are those governors, man.
Right. We are government, because government, the word government, govern means rule, and means your mind. So our mind is ruled over by what? Our mind is ruled over by these words. That's why in 2 Peter it said to stir up your pure mind. By the way of remembrance, man. And what the things are written aforetime for our learning. So this is the way of remembrance. So our mind is governed. Our mind is governed to govern by these laws, man. And think about the word politic, all right? A politic, go back to the word policy. This is the policy. We're the politicians of YAHWASHI.
That's right.
All right, because this is the policy that we go by. All right, understand that?
Hey,
go ahead.
And spiritual war is taking place. You know how let's say somebody would attack one other country. Oh, they just attacked us. Well, we're gonna send this. We're gonna send a few troops out there. Yo, the angels doing the work.
Yeah.
Hey, we prophesying this place going down, and what the angels doing? The angels going out and execute. They going out and execute this place. So it's a spirit.
So this is real,
it's a
man.
spiritual government. It's real, man.
Shit
is taking place. Hey, the Most High gonna destroy you.
That's right.
Right, and what? He's sending them angels out there to make moves and do shit, man. We politicking, man.
That's the spirit.
We governing. We governing, man. We are literally governing, bro.
Hey, and if I may also add to through the spin power of the side too. That's why the scriptures refer to the word of the Most High as a sword, and that's why the brother did the video. Our weapons are not carnal, because like the brother said, we're the politics, right? Well, this physical word, this Bible will actually, yes, lucky. So that two-edged sword is going to be, because that's Psalms 149. That's a part of us being the law enforcers. We got to have that toolie on the hip, right? Well, we're going to actually have spiritual weapons, man. All right, and we're going to be able to enforce that. And that goes back to Daniel's 7th chapter, around the 24th verse, man. Scripture say, and they shall obey and serve him. Okay.
Like when we send up those curses, send those prayers, yo, we sending them angels.
Yeah,
the angels to do some things. To do damage.
Hey, and
like,
order protect the brother.
They say they pierced the cloud, man.
So hey, Lord BABAL, you know, we send death upon these heathens. May the Lord destroy this place. You know, hey, yo, we governing, man. We sending them angels, man, to do the bidding, man. Because what? The angels, what they say, I'm not fellow servant, not fellow brother.
That's
right.
They
serve, they minister unto us, man. You know? So, bro, you gotta be spiritual, man. We governing, we doing stuff, man. We making moves, man, through the spirit power.
Through the spirit, man.
You know, things are happening, man. You know?
Hey, and real soon, this war is going to get physical, man. And that's why the Lord said, wait ye upon me. Because he's going to renew our strength. And that's why the last video I did through the spirit about the chariots, all right? The Lord is going to change us from this low level, man. We're not going to be on this level, man. And it's going to be as quick as a blink, man. All right? Because it's nothing hard for the Lord. Okay? That's all.
I'm going to close out with this brother Precept real quick. Ooh, I like that one, bro. But I'm going to read these two. Damn, boy, that last one. Okay, he snapped and listened. I like that one. Isaiah 52:8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when Yahweh shall bring again Zion. That's a beautiful one. That's Isaiah 52:8. Then you got 1 Corinthians 6:3. It said, know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? That's a cut right there. That's a closing scripture. That's beautiful. We shall judge angels. How much more the things that's in this life, man? All right. So we judge according to this policy, all right, which is the spirit and power Yahweh Shai. But we're gonna give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kodash. Double honor to our elder apostles, that great millstone, the rule world. Sing honor to our taste to all your sincere brothers, pushing his word through the sincerity. And peace and blessings also to the sincere men, women, and children that consist of the 1/3. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to your sister. Call me out, Shalom, and waffle up a ball. Shalom, y'all. Stay in the spirit.